We are live. I put it in my watch later. Ben, step out of the room. Ow, fuck, I know. Here, this is why I just took a shower. When did I get going at 2, so we have more time later for doing stuff with Razor. Where is it? Oh, this one.
I would have as my G'day, mate. Hey, I'm going on.
Oh, fuck. Wait. Fuck.
I would have as my last supper. G'day, mate.
Which one do we want to do first? Yeah, I hate when people say, can they ask me a question? Just ask it, bro. They're just taking up more of my time. When you ask me, you can ask a question. I don't get why people blow dry their hair.
Hey, I'm going on tour in Australia and New Zealand. That's right, it's the Curtis Connor Down Under, I Hardly Know Her tour. I'm going to Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Auckland, and Christchurch. And guess what? Tickets are on sale right now. So click the description and get your tickets today. I'll see you there. I'm so excited. Folks, so every October, I try to make a video about a bad horror movie. It's always so like stressful and overwhelming because I'm like working extra hard to get it out before Halloween. And this year I wanted to alleviate some stress, so I'm putting out my Halloween video right now. So happy Halloween 2023, everybody. I got a question for you. Have you ever watched the movie Saw and thought to yourself, this is great, but where's Jesus? I know I have, and thankfully, my prayers have been answered in the form of this movie, The Reconciler. Now, this film wasn't advertised as a Christian remake of Saw, but once I watched it, there's no other way to describe it. For those of you who don't know, the Saw franchise focuses on a serial killer named Jigsaw who kidnaps people who have done bad things and puts them in these like elaborate traps to force them to fight for their lives. For example, in the opening scene of Saw 2...
My thingy, this section is too small.
Jigsaw kidnaps this guy who's apparently a snitch, and he puts his head in a device that will unalive him if he doesn't open it in time with the key that was surgically placed behind his eyeball. So
Wait a minute. I think this video will be fine, but YouTube has different rules than Twitch does on blood and shit. But I think it's fine.
yeah, pretty gnarly. And obviously the Christian remake of Saw doesn't feature any violence or gore
It's just,
because
like,
it's
licking
a
his
Christian
bowl.
movie. But it does feature an eerily similar plot. And also, most of you probably know the other staple of the Saw franchise is a crazy twist ending.
And this movie has that as well.
So without further ado,
ruin the
let's
bowl.
watch The Reconciler. Oh wait, sorry, before we go any further, The Reconciler? I hardly know her. So the movie starts the same way the first Saw movie starts. Two people passed out on the floor in some random location. The first guy, Smitty, gets up and begins searching for a way out. And the only thing that this scene does is make me think that Smitty is not potty trained. Oh. Man, just my luck. First the kidnapping, now I gotta learn how to use one of these. He then wakes up the other guy, Ed, by poking him with Ed's cane.
What? Can I have my cane?
What?
I have a hurt leg. It's kind of hard to walk without... Sorry.
I wonder if that was the actual diagnosis from the doctor. Please, doc, you gotta help me. My leg really hurts. Yep. Sorry, seems like another classic case of hurt leg. Oh, no, what's the cure? Well, the year was 1978. Robert Smith, just a young boy. This is what I meant. Okay, so the boys start looking around for ways to escape this room that they're locked in, but they can't find anything. All they really find is a hurt shoulder.
I think I just bruised it.
So they ultimately accept their fate of being trapped there.
I don't think they mean to kill us. At least not right away.
And already we can see that this movie is Saw but Christian, you know? Like Saw but a little nicer. In the original Saw film, they were chained up in a
watched
dirty
so
old
many of those
bathroom.
movies,
But this one they've
like,
got like several rooms. They got
Christian
like a private
version.
bathroom and shit. Like this is like a
Growing up.
vacation for them pretty much. Yeah, man. We then cut to this other character named Lori. She's a reporter who says everything she's typing just fucking out loud.
Prominence. Eldridge family.
Lori, shut the fuck up.
Hey, beautiful.
Every day with this shit, you can't just say all the words you're typing out loud.
Sarah Pritchard.
We all heard everything you sexted to your husband. You know that, right?
The occasion
It's fucking disgusting.
was celebrated.
Can't have one fucking day of silence, man. This was supposed to be a good day. You know, whoever the boss calls over to his desk is getting a promotion. And I think it's gonna be me.
Lori,
Yeah.
come and see me, please.
Come on! Also, I love this scene so much because, like, the wedding article that she was writing was so clearly keyframed manually onto the screen, like, instead of using actual motion tracking. And whoever did it did a very poor job. You can see it, like, overflowing in the cubicle pretty much. But hey, that's what happens when you spend all the budget on high-quality actors.
Ooh, you're keeping up?
Yeah, covering the latest fashion shows.
Yeah.
Never mind. Also, dude, this boss character, he has the opposite problem of Lori. I can't fucking understand anything this man says.
Factory power cars.
Look, I've been speaking English for almost like 30 years, and the way this guy talks makes me feel like I've never heard an English word before.
I was talking to my dad over the holiday, you know, and like
What?
he said, you know, my dad says God is not dead.
That's Randy Savage or whatever.
Good and evil kid, look at me.
What are you saying?
Good and evil kid, look at me.
Okay, I don't know if I'm just exhausted, but that audio clip right there, I've been replaying it all night, and I'm fucking losing. What does he say there, dude?
Good and evil kid, look at me.
Look at me.
Good and evil kid, look at me.
Please leave a comment and let me know what you think he is saying here, because I have no fucking.
Let's see what the comments say. He said instead of Mary Shelley Frankenstein. Oh. Come on, guys. The comments are really letting me down. Nobody said what they thought he said. It's too confusing. Oh, but for anyone curious about what the boss is saying in this scene, it's good and evil. Hey, look at me. Good and evil. Hey, look at me.
Fucking idea.
So after replaying this scene like 5,000 times, I realized what he said.
Except for that one part. I still don't know what he said there.
Good and evil kid, look at me.
Good and evil. Wait, what? Like, still. I read what he said, but good and evil. Just good and evil. Hey, look at me. Hold on.
I realized what he said.
Except for that one part. I still don't know what he said there.
Good and evil kid, look at me.
You know, he wants her to
Still, I mean, I guess, but what? I didn't understand any of that.
go out into the world and write a real hard-hitting story.
Like,
Real story.
So he tells her to go out and write
Well,
a
man, they
story
could've done
about
another
how
take.
people don't believe in God anymore, and it's like ruining the planet. And she agrees.
On my desk, I want it.
All right.
Also, yo, where the fuck is this office, dude? It looks like the room where they filmed the first actual Saw movie. There's like a pipe in the corner, like weird dirty tiling on the wall. I feel like if the camera panned down a little bit, you'd see two guys fucking sawing their legs off. Okay, so we now cut back to Ed and Smitty, and we see them getting to know each other a little bit.
What is it exactly that you do?
I'm a reporter. So what do you do for a living? Graphic designer.
And that is the whole scene. We then immediately cut up to
Ooh, important
close-up
information.
shots of a squirting cross. Never knew I would say those words in that order, but here I am. And then it cuts to an interview between Lori and a pastor. And listen, I really don't want to focus too much on this storyline because it literally goes
I guess that was an
in like a
establishing
regular
shot for
serial
like the
killer
church.
movie. There's a reporter maybe doing a story about the serial killer. You know, it shows him gathering clues and maybe the movie ends with the reporter saving the day, you know? Not this movie. While there's the main storyline about the jigsaw
Burning
style
stuff.
kidnapper,
And I took a shower,
there's
my
also
hands still
another
smell like
storyline of Lori
fire.
just interviewing people about God. And that's it. That's so fucking stupid. That's like if the movie Zodiac still featured all the serial killer stuff, but whenever it cut to Jake Gyllenhaal's detective character, it was just him like looking for his keys. Like what? It has nothing to do with the fucking story. Okay, you know what? I'm actually just gonna speed run through this whole storyline because I don't want to keep cutting back to it because I cannot stress enough. It is so fucking stupid and pointless. So this pastor ends the interview with a suggestion for Lori.
Would you be willing to interview some other people first?
Religious leaders?
No, just plain folks who might give you a completely different perspective.
Sounds like an interesting angle.
Ow, sounds like a very boring angle.
That's literally what reporting is, dude. Could you interview a bunch of different people with like varying viewpoints so you could form your own journalistic opinion? It's an interesting angle. So Lori takes his advice. She goes out and interviews, regular, ordinary people. But literally everybody she talks to is
Definitely
the most
like made out of
Christian
church,
person
like,
of all
movie.
time.
Like,
For
it was just,
example,
like, a bunch
first she
of
goes and
church
talks to
people.
some guy who works at a soup kitchen who says that soon it's going to be illegal to pray in the United States.
Space!
Where I come from, praying public or private, that's a arrestable offense.
Are you saying that's where you think we're headed?
That's a little fucking ridiculous, but hey, at least the soup looks good. My favorite, water soup. She then visits a little girl who had a near-death experience, went to heaven and met Jesus.
How did you know it was Jesus?
I just did.
And this part is fucking insane because the little girl says the only reason Jesus sent the little girl back to Earth was to tell Lori that Jesus misses her.
Jesus had the angels take me back.
Do you know why?
To tell you, Jesus told me you were coming. And he loves you very much. And he wants you back.
Your
He
life
wants
is
you
meaningless
back?
to me,
Like she wants her to die? Like what?
little girl. But sure, I'll keep you alive so you can tell this random woman that I'm mad at her for not going to church anymore. Like, Jesus. Oh yeah, that's his, his fucking name. Maybe that's why his name is Jesus. He kept doing fucked up shit like that, and people were like, Jesus, man. And then, it kind of just stuck. And then finally, Lori visits this old woman who talks
it's
about how she
mushrooms.
gave everything
We know it's
up for
mushrooms.
God. Literally. She shows Lori a newspaper article about her giving away her $35 million fortune to Christian charities. Yo, the dick riding is crazy, dude. Dude, imagine having $35 million and being like, yeah, I'm gonna put it all on conversion therapy, baby. I want my televangelist to fly around on a private jet so Jesus will go down on me in heaven. Hey, lady, you could have given some of that money to the VFX department. You jerk.
We were religious.
And then the big conclusion of the storyline, she goes home, she reads the Bible, and cries.
Their big moment.
And that's it. And that storyline confirms two things. One, Christians want to be oppressed so bad, dude. It has always been so
True.
fucking easy to be a Christian in America. But every single Christian she interviewed is like,
That is so true on so many levels. Like at my school, they were always saying like, "Oh, like we're the only ones." We're like, "Oh," and then they would also say that it was really popular at the same time. It was really confusing. You're like, "Oh, it's all over the world," but we're in. It's like it was a victim mentality of like we have to keep fighting, and it's like, okay, so.
yeah, life fucking sucks now because people don't like God anymore. Well, except for the little girl who was like, I'm only alive because Jesus used
So
me
you're
as
like
a carrier
required
pigeon.
to
And,
talk to
this is the
everybody
thing I
about-
don't understand.
like,
If
everybody
things are
has to
so
be a
bad
Christian.
because people stopped loving God so much,
Stupid.
then God's a fucking dickhead. Like, I lose followers all the time. You don't see me starting fucking hurricanes and shit, you know? Am I saying I'm better than God?
No.
And the other thing that this storyline confirms is Christian movies are just people fucking talking. Like, nothing happens. It's the same in the 2025 movie I talked about last year. It's just people sitting around being like, so, God. Yeah, I agree, but also Jesus. Oh, but of course. Like, it's just talking the whole time. Show me something else. Okay, never mind. Let's just... Talking's fine. Okay, with that storyline done, let's cut back to Smitty and Ed. So Smitty pulls out his cell phone and he notices a key attached to it which makes no fucking sense because literally 5 minutes ago he was using
Why is it
that
so
cell
dark?
phone to look for a signal, and there was no key attached to it. But they
Looks
used
like
the key
a
to
TV
open
show.
like some storage bin that's in the room.
Is that what I think it is? That looks like a body.
I don't know why I said that like a fucking cosplayer.
That looks like a body.
That looks like a body. You do know that's literally a corpse, right? Okay, so they pull the body
Like a
out
cosplayer?
and they
What?
realize it's Smitty's twin brother, Alex.
That's my twin brother! That's Alex! James! James? I thought he said his name was Smitty.
James? I thought he said his name was Smitty. That is actually fucked up though. I don't know why he gave Ed a different name, but I'm just gonna keep calling him Smitty. So that is Smitty, and his brother's name Alex. But while the twins are freaking out on the floor together, Ed actually has a theory about who kidnapped them.
How's your guys' relationship right now?
I don't see what that has to do with any of this, man.
I'm gonna guess that means not good.
Then how do you know my brother and I
Because
were
it fits the MO.
the MO of what?
The guy I've been writing about.
I love that you can tell which ones were like the hired actors and like which ones are probably just like the church people.
So you mean to tell me the reporter, Ed, is currently writing a story about a guy kidnapping people, locking them up, and it took him this long to connect the dots? You know, for a guy whose full name is Education, I don't think he has one. That's what Ed is short for, right?
They call him the Reconciler.
He said it! He said the name of the movie! So now we've got our main antagonist of the film. Let's see what he's all about.
The Reconciler. This has his signature all over it.
What signature?
Kidnapping estranged family members and locking them up until they talk.
I remember
A specific thing.
reading something about him doing this to like 2 cops or something.
Yeah, man. The Reconciler kidnaps people who can't get along, and he holds them captive until they work out their differences. And then once they do,
weird.
he sets them free.
They call him the Reconciler.
That's gotta be the
It's basically
lamest
just like a family member, like one of those family members that like make you do that.
fucking serial killer.
It's okay
of
to
all
not be
time,
friends
I
with your
think. What
family.
the
It's
fuck? Could you
okay.
imagine if Jigsaw was that nice?
You're not in any real danger. I just miss the way things used to be.
Dude, this movie had so much potential to be the Christian Saw. You know, like in my head, I thought it was gonna be exactly like Saw, but instead of like the trap killing you, maybe the trap like makes you commit like a sin or something, you know? Like this is how I thought the movie was gonna go.
Hello. Do you want to pray again?
What the fuck?
As you can see,
Pray
I have
again.
taken the liberty of opening your text message conversation with your super religious mother, and I have typed out, God damn it. As you can see, I have also rigged the device to slowly lower your hand towards the send button. You have 1 minute to either saw your arm off or live in sin for the rest of your life. Choose wisely. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit, you're actually doing it. Oh my, okay, wow. This is fucking awesome, sweet.
That was a close one. Oh no, I pressed the send button by accident. Also, why did I saw my arm off? This hand was free the whole time.
It's such
But it's
a
not
weird
like that.
situation
Okay, it's
to
not like
make
that
up.
at all. So now the movie cuts to a flashback of the Reconciler's first victims. There's these 2 detectives who are partners, but they can't get along with each other.
Is that the same actress as the other one? Because it looks just like her, and it's really odd that they chose somebody looking that similar. Make her like blonde. Differentiate the 2 female characters.
in a car parked in some warehouse. And dude, this lady detective thinks it's a prank for like fucking way too long.
Ha ha ha, very funny. Are you trying to get the last laugh here or something? You wait till I fall asleep, you drive to a new location, you wake me up, and then you act like you had nothing to do with it. You took the radio too? This is pathetic, Bill. What is going on?
I don't know.
Like, I'm no detective, but I think it's pretty stupid that
I
whenever
would
you're
feel like he's like sexually harassing me. I feel like that was the like if she's gonna blame it on him, I feel like that would be the way to go.
in danger, you're just like, oh, wow, good joke, man. Look, just turn around and walk away, okay? I don't want to hurt you. Nice gun, tough guy. What are you gonna do? Shoot me with it? All right, who's the wise guy? Who put this bullet hole here? Is this some sort of joke? Okay, haha. Very funny, guys. Come on, fess up.
I like how they
Who's doing this? Oh, ow!
really weird.
Good prank, guys. Come on. Oh yeah, classic. Classic. You got the classic light at the end of the tunnel with all my deceased loved ones beckoning me towards the pearly gates.
Guess I'll go to heaven.
So while the detectives are freaking out in the car, they find a voice recording, just like in the movie Saw. And dude, I am not exaggerating. This is one of the funniest movie scenes I have ever seen in my entire life.
Hello, detectives. I'm sure by now you're wondering how you got here and what's happening. In police work, you need to depend upon your partner. The two of you haven't been acting like partners for a long time, and it's been getting worse. The department knows of your growing animosity. Frankly, though, you're the best team they've got. Bill with your instincts, and Stacy with your street smarts. When the two of you
These
work
kind of sound
together,
like the same
it really
thing.
makes a difference in this town. But the bickering and lack of trust has let your bureau and the citizens of the city down.
Dude, dude, this is so fucking stupid, man. Dude, what kind of criminal kidnaps cops in order to, like, encourage them to do better police work, man?
Bill with your instincts, Stacy with your street smarts.
Dude, it's so stupid. Also, fucking just break a window, you know? You got guns, you got elbow, just fucking break a window. It can't be that hard. Also, how does the reconciler know this? How could he possibly know?
It makes me kind of nervous. Like they would get stuck in the garage because you know like that can like kill you if you leave a car running in the garage.
In a small town.
Once you work things out, I will let you out of the car.
Okay, so the movie like periodically cuts back to the detective duo, so we'll get back to them in a second. But now it's back to the original group of guys. So they actually end up finding letters addressed to each one of them. And the reconciler explains that they have to work through their problems to escape the room.
You and your brother have some issues to work out.
Just say that you did it. I mean, you don't gotta be genuine.
And dude, here's the thing that makes no sense about this movie. If I was locked in a room against my will with someone that I had an issue with, and the only way to escape that room to save my life was to forgive that person, dude, easy. I'm out of there in 10 seconds, dude. Like, you could have pushed me down the stairs, sawed my arm off, and pissed in my mouth, and I'd be like, you know what? Honestly, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what you did to me. That was, you know, it's all good. Water under the bridge, piss in my mouth, I don't care, okay? We're all good. Like, there was no problem big enough that would keep me in a room until I fucking died, you know?
3 of you have enough
Yeah, we
food
know
and
his
supplies to last you for a week.
I'm sorry? A week? The reconciler gives them a whole week?
He doesn't mess around.
Yes, he does. That's all he's doing. So let me remind you, at this point in the story, we still don't know why the brothers are mad at each other. So it must be pretty crazy.
I want
if
to
they're
write one
putting
of
it
these
off
so
for later
badly.
in the movie, right? It must be something fucked, you know? Maybe one of the brothers
It
fucking
takes, like,
killed their
no
mom or
effort.
something. I'm excited. Not yet, though. It's a Christian movie. We gotta add some filler. So to pass time, we cut to another pair of the reconciler's victims. This time it's the typical army dad who doesn't spend enough time with his son. But this one is especially goofy. They wake up in the middle of a forest or something, but they realize they know exactly where they are.
I think I know where we are. Mom always wanted you to bring me here for like a father-son hike.
So they read the letter and it says the keys to the handcuffs are at the top of the hiking trail. And they need to reconcile the relationship on the way up there.
The keys to the cuffs at the top of the trail.
But like, they're outside. You know what I mean? Like, they're not locked. Like, they're free to go. Especially since they're on a public hiking trail on a beautiful day. I think they're going to see another person and be like, hey, can you help us? We're like tied up. Also, there's nothing forcing them to reconcile. They just have to walk to the top of the fucking hiking trail. I feel like that'll make them hate each other even more. But regardless, the dad doesn't want to be shackled to his loser son anymore.
You really hate spending time with me that much, don't you, Dad?
I'm a soldier in the United States Army.
So he's going to use his big, strong muscles
yes.
to break the chain.
Don't worry, son. I got it.
Why isn't it working?
So for the rest of the movie, it jumps between the 3 guys locked up and the flashbacks of the detectives and the father and son. Sorry, they also cut back to this older detective who is also investigating the reconciler. And it's super funny because in his office, he has like the classic detective like cork board, you know? And it has all the victims
it's really
of the
warm.
reconciler. And
No.
it's really
I just
interesting
took a shower
because they
and I'm
all say
getting cold.
found. Except for this like random father and son duo, I guess. So we can only assume they didn't work through their issues in time. And honestly, that's what this movie should have been about. It should have been about those 2 guys. I want to see how fucking stubborn those dudes are, you know? Please, just admit that you're wrong. No, we're both about to die. Just please admit that you're wrong so we can go home. Never. Kelly Clarkson did the voice for E.T. Who told you that? But now we cut back to the three amigos, and this is when we finally find out why the brothers are mad at each other.
Plain and simple, you turned his back on God.
I have not.
Yeah, you did. You haven't been to church in 2 years.
How do you know? And besides, it doesn't even matter. Going to church has nothing to do.
Yeah, man. That's it. No dead mom after all. The real reason they can't put their differences aside
It's really
to save
fucked
their
up if you think
lives
about
is
it.
because Smitty hasn't gone to church in 2 years.
Okay, everything is so black and white with him. He doesn't get
black
it.
and white. You're either for Jesus or you're against him.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. So they keep talking about God and a bunch of other bullshit. Then we cut back to the old detective talking to the other lady detective because he wants to go to the warehouse where she was held captive when the
I think I've seen that lady in something before.
Where was that again?
She looks really
Which is
familiar.
wild because, like, shouldn't you already have that fucking information if you're actively investigating the reconciler? Now, this is gonna sound crazy, a little unorthodox, a little outside of the box. But what if
Strange.
I went to the scene of the crime, sort of
No.
looked around for, I don't know, clues or evidence, you know?
Sounds like an interesting angle.
And obviously it wouldn't be a Christian
Wait,
movie
did my
without a
emails
big
get approved?
emotional montage.
I didn't look.
Everybody falls sometimes. You gotta find the strength to rise from the ashes and make a new.
And this is where things get really gnarly. This is where the movie puts the silly and reconciliation.
And I've done good work. And when the promotion comes up, who gets it?
Oh no, I'm
You
still
do.
pending approval.
Yeah, so she's upset that her partner got the promotion over
How did the
her,
other one
which
go
is fair,
through
you know?
so
She's
quickly?
been there longer.
I've been with the department 3 years longer than you have.
So let's see how they reconcile this problem.
Okay, I do need to try a little
Yeah,
bit
we're gonna
harder
add two
and
new ones. This will be Lib
be better.
and Think.
Partners?
Dude, that's fucked. I don't think that's correct at all. Look, I'm a guy, okay? Shit just sort of falls in my lap and I don't really have to work for it. I didn't even want the promotion, but I took it. You, on the other hand, you're a chick, okay? You gotta work way harder than me if you want to get what you want. Partners?
Partners.
To me, that's not reconciliation. But to the reconciler, that was perfect. That was
I
sufficient
love the Mocky
because as
Happy
soon as they
one.
reconcile, the doors unlock.
Did you hear that?
Let's get out of here.
Consider them reconciled. And now it's time for the military dad and his son.
Who do you think I fight for? You guys.
Look,
The
son,
US
when I initiate a drone strike that kills hundreds of civilians, I do that for you. But yo, once they're done arguing, something crazy happens. The son slips and falls, and he's dangling off the mountain. Oh, okay, well, I guess he didn't really slip. He sort of just walked off the cliff. Did he forget he was on top of a mountain?
The guy seemed genuinely shocked when that happened. Like when the thing got pulled.
On the chain, use it for leverage to climb back up.
Yeah, no shit. You're dangling from the chain. I'm gonna pull on the chain and in turn pull you up. Alright, so he pulls his son up and the son fucking passes out for some reason. So now the dad has to carry him up the mountain, Madame Zeroni style. And they make it to the top of the mountain and now they love each other again. Which doesn't make sense because they didn't fucking reconcile anything, dude. The dad didn't
Just,
even
like,
save
save
the son's life like as a selfless thing. Like if the son fell off the cliff, so would the dad. So how do we know? How do we know why he saved the kid, right? And now
Good
it's
point.
time for the grand finale. The three amigos. So let's see how their story
I feel like if they had like an option where he could have like cut the line or something, but he really didn't have that option anyways.
ends. Oh wait, sorry. Before we do that, I gotta play this part because when I saw it for the first time, I laughed really fucking hard.
And the cops, they stayed partners?
Yep.
It sounds really similar to what Alex and I are going through.
What? What?
Right?
What?
Right? It seems like he forgot he was on a movie set and he was genuinely confused by what that guy just said to him. You know, it sounds really similar to what Alex and I are going through.
What?
Who's Alex?
Wait, was he saying what or right? I can't understand what anybody's saying in this fucking movie, dude. Because I heard right.
His name is Jeremy. He's an actor. You know that, right? What the fuck are these cameras doing?
Alright, cut.
Dude, can you stop yelling that? I'm trying to have a conversation with this guy.
What?
Alright, you remember at the beginning of this video
What?
where I said this movie
I guess
has a
you're probably
crazy
saying what?
twist ending? Well, strap in. The twins forgive each other and they hug it out, and then Ed puts his cane down and walks to the other side of the room. He never had a hurt leg after all.
Your leg is okay? What?
That's not it. The big twist isn't his ankle. Let's see the actual twist.
Well, I told you that I was a reporter.
This guy's definitely like a head of a church or something and like paid for those.
Kind of. And as for the reconciler, The two of you have been talking about him the entire time you've been in here.
If you guys missed that, who have they been talking about the whole time?
God. God. Jesus. God.
I think the reconciler is God, while there's earthquakes and starvation and murder and
Oh my god, so the army guy's last name in this movie is Xander Steele.
famine going on. God is going around being like,
these two detectives are the best this small town has. I gotta
Dude, I bet that guy's done porn. There's no way. He hasn't.
do everything I can to make sure this woman thinks she does not deserve a promotion.
I'm sweating so much. And dude, that's not even the end of it. Because that begs the question, if the reconciler is God, who the fuck is Ed?
I thought you said that was locked. It was locked. I checked it.
Oh, Xander Steele is his stage name. What?
How'd you do that? The same way that I got those cops out of their car. The same way that I helped Jeff pull JR off that cliff. The only difference between those assignments and this one is that it was decided that it was time for me to work a case up close and personal.
Well, now we know why the son passed out after his dad pulled him up off the ledge, you know? He was probably fucking confused by this strange man fucking casting a strength spell on his dad.
I'm a messenger, I'm a guardian, and other things as well.
You're,
Again, if that old lady would have given some money to the VFX department.
We were religious.
Okay, so yeah, I guess Ed was an angel?
What?
Is that what Christians have to look forward to when they go to heaven? You're sent back to Earth to be a pawn in God's, like, weird therapy sessions that might kill people? I mean, I guess it's worth it because you get sweet superpowers. Like the power to unlock a car. But yeah, the movie ends with the old detective finding them with his awesome detective work, and everybody goes home safe and happy.
It's a pretty amazing story.
And that is The Reconciler. Probably the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life, and that is saying a lot. But at the end of the day, that's just my opinion, right? So let's take a look at some other reviews to see what the general public thinks of this movie. We got one review, a 10 out of 10 on IMDb. Gripping from minute
go!
one. The
10 out
Great
of 10.
Scott Magician.
Peter needs to review this movie.
Years. I've also been a fan of the faith-themed genre, but I have often believed most faith-themed filmmakers are behind a time when it comes to what people are watching these days. I have heard mainstream film after mainstream film use the following sentence for their trailers. Gripping from minute one. Well, Christian films have gotten many right. Most of them you need to give them about a half hour before they get good. This film, on the other hand, gives you a reason to watch and stay with the movie from the moment it opens. It's not just a message in the story is a tool. There is an actual story.
That's
not bad for a
ChatGPT.
director and actor who decided to write together for the first time. Yeah, okay. The Great Scott Magician fucking loved it, I guess. That's great. Let's check this dude out.
Oh, it's the guy.
What?
That is Ed. Okay, great.
What
So
if
the
that's how I
only
got the part?
positive review for this movie is the star of the movie. I didn't know this until like a couple minutes ago, but the last line of that review was oddly specific. You know what I mean? Not bad for a director and actor who decided to write together for the first time. Like, what? How would you know that? So I looked it up, and Scott was also a co-writer of The Reconciler. Actually makes a lot of sense that he's a magician, you know? That explains how he disappeared at the end of the movie. Sorry, I want to see some of this guy's magic tricks. I'm gonna look him up. Here he is.
I am, for all intents and purposes, a magician. But I'm a little different than most magicians, because I am a magic man of God.
Ooh, that's fucking tough, dude. Magic Man of God has got to be the sickest thing I've ever heard, man. Oh my... Imagine all the YouTube comments on this are like from him as well. Gripping from minute one. I know it's gripping from minute one. Dude, okay, never mind. All the comments are from other magicians named the Great Scott. Hi, I'm the other Great Scott the Magician, and this spamming on both our walls is not decent.
What?
By the way, I am in Australia. Get tickets. And I searched the trademarks which showed this name as available worldwide. And then Great Scott Magician, New Jersey. I hope God forgives you for using my trademarked name. Uh-oh, that's not very Christian of you to steal a trademarked name.
What?
Alright, sorry, I got a little off track there. But in conclusion, you know, I took the piss out of this movie pretty hard, but I think making a Christian horror movie is probably one of the hardest
that
things
white
you
claw
could
taste like
ever
soy
try
sauce?
to do. Because you're not allowed to put any of the fucked up shit in it, which makes horror movies so sick. But you know what? If they're gonna make some more Christian remakes of horror movies, I got some ideas, okay? Instead of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, You could do Virgin Mary's frankincense. Instead of Friday the 13th, it's a Good Friday the 13th. Instead of Halloween, you could do a movie called Christmas. Those are all like classic horror movies. If they want to stay current, you know, they could do, you know, instead of Nope, a movie called Pope. Christian filmmakers, you can have all of those, okay? Just keep the squirting cross out of it. All right, speaking of Jesus, let me tell you
Weird
what
design.
I would have as my Last Supper. HelloFresh.
Oh, it's the ad, so I believe the video's over. Yes. Okay, so moving on. So, I'm doing a little bit of a low effort stream today. Sorry. But I wanted to watch this anyways, and I haven't seen it. And it was Andrew Tate innocent all along.
Interesting.
So we're basically just gonna go watch somebody else's stream. Not that it's live, but I agree with most things that Shark says. I'd highly recommend following him. If you like politics and shit, and he's really good at debates and stuff. So I don't know how much we're gonna disagree on anything. Well, let's jump into it.
Usually it's just he's in jail, but longer.
He did a really good aggregate of like, I don't know if you guys heard about the recent Andrew Tate thing where it's like a phone tap was released, but there's not really any sources for it.
While in jail, but this time it's about
It was just
some
like
of
one
the women and the story that's being
Oh,
told
he's so
about
quiet. God
him. And
damn
this
it. I need to
story
get that
is now being
booster thing. I don't
heralded,
know why
being held up
it didn't
as
work.
proof
I downloaded
that the
it.
Tater Tots and all of his top G fans have been right the entire time, and now people are saying that all of the women should go to jail or like be
I
executed.
know Aiden
or
Ross
whatever. I'm
commented
not
on
sure. Something along those lines. They're all liars and freaks and fiends because something recently leaked from what possibly could be an Andrew Tate fan, an insider, has leaked what they're calling wiretaps from inside of the Tate house. Now, if you remember from the first raid, Tate, or the Romanian police, set around wiretaps around his home, the villa that he has in Bucharest. And they said that they collected
Dude,
the
it's
information.
amazing. You could just lie about like anything about Andrew Tate as long as it makes him look good. So funny.
And we didn't hear anything
Star?
about the CCTV footage that they had and collected any of the wiretap audio that they had and had been looking over. We hadn't heard anything about that until supposedly
My
recently
Paris, baby.
with this article dropping in the Romanian...
It just sounded English.
With this article dropping in the Romanian press. And this is translated, so if things sound a little weird, that's why, because this has been translated from Romanian into English. Unbelievable wiretapping of victims of the Tate brothers.
Victims?
All right? Let's read this a little bit. Two of the girls who claimed
Why
to
would they-
have
why
been
would they
victims
get-
of the Tate brothers were intercepted discussing how to make fools of themselves before the police descended, but also how they determined how to disguise themselves so to not be recognized after law enforcement showed up. Curious, right? And so when this dropped, and I can promise...
I don't like Andrew Tate. You don't gotta bark. It's fine. He's really afraid of that volleyball too.
You like near everybody who's talking about this hasn't read anything that's
That's
going
okay,
on,
they're-
hasn't read any of the messages.
Listen,
and if they did, they have really poor reading skills because this is not the W that Tate fans would like to think that it is. They're holding this up as No Jumper said that alleged wiretaps reveal the Tate brothers were framed by their victim.
I don't know how well No Jumper does other stuff, but it really seems like they're really, really bad at reporting, considering they just like believe anything they see on Twitter.
They're saying that this is a framing by the girls, that is a setup by the women to take them down. As well as the Daily Loud reported, they were allegedly framed by their victims. You see a lot of this. If you look through this, even like Andrew, if you just type in his name, the quivering Andrew Tate about to be let free, bombshell evidence about him and how they've been framed and bodied. Obviously, Aiden Ross came out to say that this is definitive proof that he's been framed and the girls should go to jail. And if you think that
Aiden Ross is so goofy.
And if Aiden Ross is saying something, you should probably believe the opposite. This guy has the IQ of your average mini fridge temperature. So that's something. If I know that, that's how I know that it's probably in the wrong. The things are going in that are not great for Tate in reality. But instead of me just believing that, let's read through this. I read through all of the messages last night to see if there was anything that could back up any of these claims, and let's just see if there are. In several wiretaps, the two women who claimed to have been victims by the Tate brothers shared secrets and offered various advice to help them in their chosen careers. After finding themselves in the center of a scandal of major proportions, the two were caught trying to figure out how to disguise themselves so they wouldn't be recognized by adult fans. Now, does this sound like framing? Because this is where the article originally came from, okay? This is the source that all of these documents that they're going to be showing come from. This doesn't sound like framing so far. It doesn't sound like they were like...
I didn't pin it. I'm an idiot, no wonder.
Like stroking their armpit hair and together and being like, "Muhaha, here's how we take down Andrew Tate." I'm not sure if that's what happened, but let's read to figure out if that's what happened. These supposed wiretaps come in the form of WhatsApp messages, and let me just ask you the question: why are WhatsApp messages being called wiretaps? That's my thing. Like, they're saying this is wiretapping. I don't think this is wiretapping. It seems like they just got their WhatsApp. Would you call it wiretapping?
Just a friendly daily reminder that anything you say can be tracked back and it's all fucking recorded. And that's just the reality we live in. So don't expect your shit to ever be private.
If I like handed over, God forbid, Snapchat messages to the police, I don't you need access to their phones? Yeah, but that's not wired. Yeah, and that's not wiretapping. That's
literally
just like
the police can download your entire phone,
getting messages off their phone,
including shit that you deleted.
Police wiretap the phone by asking for messages from phone. Crazy stuff. Anyways, let's read some of the first ones. This was written as 2 days before the raid. All right, and it's like cut off here. So these are edited. Just so you know, these are obviously edited. They took away the girls' names and everything. So we don't know exactly who these women are, but these are simply just WhatsApp messages that they were able to acquire.
Cute. What do you mean how long? How long is my hair?
Alona?
It's pretty short.
Are you a good actress?
It's at that awkward phase where it like sits really weird. So like it doesn't like obviously I've got like a lot of these little dangly bits back here, but so I feel like I have to have it in like this because I can't really have it in a full ponytail because then I get too many of these. So it's like creepy to like here. I don't know. I might cut it again.
True.
So I can have it.
I
down.
Practice. Perfecto.
Fucked it up last
Question
time,
marks.
though, I
Just
think.
play it cool. Got it. Like you don't know anything. Play dumb. I'm going to pull some tears out. Question marks and play dumb. Good advice. Thank you, babe. Okay. So it does look like they are plotting something. They are planning to do something. Whether or not that's framing, I guess we'll figure out by reading this. You know these are women because she then says, "I can't even," which we all know women do be talking, as we all know. And this is one day before the police raid. We are so good though. We need a fucking Oscar. Let's go. Also, I'm not sure if these are really question marks because they like appear in the middle of words. So I'm not sure if this is like
it might be like the symbols don't pick up.
Translated and it's translated into question marks when they're not supposed to be question marks. I don't know.
I think it's
about,
probably
like,
just
Romanian.
any punctuation is my guess. It's like because that's not like a period. Like any punctuation that would. I guess there's a semicolon here. Oh no, that's the user. Okay.
And how their writing system works, but you gotta. It's kind of hard to read some of these because they had to be translated from. Some of these things had to be translated from Romanian. So.
Okay, again. You are a good actress. There's also a quote at the beginning. True, I practice. Perfect. Just play it cool. Got it. Like you don't know. Lay down. I'm going to pull some tears. Alona? Is that somebody's name? Play dumb. Good advice. Thank you, babe. I mean, that doesn't mean anything so far.
Remember that. And change my name.
Okay.
So we'll not start with an A.
Not even
Lol.
any charge.
Got it. So they want to change their name. They want to disguise. They want to put on an act. All right. This is one day before the first raid. This is still one day before the first raid. Yeah, I told you to be like saying nice things and we are hurt or shit like that and that. We do love them, just don't like the situation, so they will not think we are really against them, you know? Oh.
Just not, they have them detained even without, I mean, the Romanian government can clearly do that. That's just how it works. But their thing is that every, like, 30 days or something, they have to, like, review if, like, they're still, I mean, they're a flight risk. They literally talked about it before.
And here comes, this is the real meat that people are talking about? Yeah.
You can detain people indefinitely in America.
That's smart.
Patriot Act, bitch!
Play the victim. I mean, we are, but like, yeah, act like we still love them and stuff. Haha, as she says. I mean...
Yeah, I told you to be like saying a nice message and that we're hurt or shit like that and that we do love them, but just don't like the situation. Okay. They will not think we are really against them. It kind of seems like they were just trying to, like, escape. Like, I'm surprised that they would actually have this in writing, but it just kind of sounds like they're just trying to escape.
We are? Wait, what?
Yeah, we are. But yeah, act like we still love them and stuff. Yeah, it really comes off to me that they, like, were trying to leave.
Oh, I would like to talk about this for a second. Because it's incredibly interesting. This is as far as this goes when it comes to supposedly framing them of something.
I mean, and these are also happening, like this is an active conversation. This isn't, like, over time. Because this was only, like, 4 seconds apart. And it seems like one of these people are those type of person who doesn't read the entire message that you send before they react. Or they type back to you, which is annoying.
People said they were, like, set up. They're framed by the girls to look like they're worse than they are. Does anybody know what the word framing means? Like, isn't framing, like, I may be stupid and you let me know, but isn't framing when you say somebody did something when they actually didn't, or you set somebody up to do something when they actually didn't? Something along those lines, right? I thought framing just when you...
Bye News is a really funny name for a channel.
say that bad things didn't happen and that you just want to leave. Just broken, could just be broken characters. It might be broken characters. That's true. It's possible that translating from WhatsApp, it just makes characters that aren't in English just random question marks, which is definitely possible. Right? And this is after the first raid. Tomorrow we should wear makeup and sunglasses so nobody...
Okay, just for
nobody really notices what we look like or who we are. Yes, lol. We be writing a movie.
For reference here, Section 412, the Patriot Act permits indefinite detainment of immigrants. One of the most highly publicized case, which he is in his own country, or in Romania. Case has been that of Jose Padilla, whose ultimate prosecution and conviction in the United States have been highly controversial. So yes, in the United States, you can detain people indefinitely because of the Patriot Act.
ASAP. Yup.
Black White Claw cherries.
Just like Rocky.
Best flavor.
And that's it.
I don't think I've had a Mike's
Hard.
I've only had like the lemon Mike's Hard. I don't like them. They're too sweet. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's like the whole joke. I mean, like, the Patriot Act is... There's elements of it that make sense, but a lot of it's, like, you know, got a little... got a little bit of a human rights violation, if you know what I mean.
About this in a moment. This is one of the girls talking to their mom. Okay? But we'll talk about that in a moment. So this is supposed to be held up as the girls apparently plotting to take down Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. And I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first heard the story reported by like Daily Loud and No Jumper and everything, I genuinely thought that the girls were like planning to like kill them or something, or set them up with like some crimes that they didn't actually do. They didn't. Nothing along these lines are happening. Not only did they not do that, they also literally say nice. Wait, I told you to say nice messages, and that we are hurt, or shit like that. We do love them, but we just don't like the situation. Does that sound like framing? It's framing them for doing
that doesn't
what?
Make sense.
What did they?
Could be framing.
What crime were they accusing them of doing, or like what bad thing were they accusing them of doing that they didn't do? That
They probably just don't like their fucking work conditions. They're getting taken advantage of, you know? Like, these people are also getting gaslit and shit. Like, they can't leave.
But the fact is they were like, play the victim, and then they're like, oh my gosh, dumbasses will stick on this and say where her saying play the victim, but not go on to see her saying we are literally victims, but act like we still love them. Isn't that literally the opposite of like framing them?
It's like self-preservation, like type of, like, I feel like I've seen this before.
This is literally making them look better. They're literally talking to each other and saying, yeah, this shit's really bad, but pretend like it's not so we can get out of here. How is this framing?
That's the same way I was getting.
So what this reads like to me is that these girls want to get out of here, but without wanting to make themselves look like...
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like with, like, you know, women that are in abusive relationships. I've seen this before. I'm sure you've seen it before. Where, like, you don't want them to, like, set them off. You want to, like, kind of, like, slowly, you know, get out of the situation as well as you can. So, like, not, like, just trying to run because, like, they're obviously... Like, I mean, this proves to me, like, kind of confirms the fact that it's obviously... Like, the way they're talking to each other is definitely a way that I have talked to somebody in my life that was trying to leave a very abusive relationship. Where it's like, okay, well, we'll just act like it's good and until you're able to get out of like that really bad like living situation or whatever, and like you're able to get like safe and away from them.
Well, but without making themselves get in more trouble or having to talk to the cops any more than they want to. Let me remind you, these girls are a part of an underground sex trafficking criminal organization ring. Would you want to talk for an extended period of time to the cops? Personally, I wouldn't. If I'm going to be honest with you, if I was a part of a criminal organization boy, I could be the goddamn janitor.
Never talk to the cops.
I'd be getting out of there as soon as possible. Yeah, be like, oh yeah, I have no clue what's going on. Those guys seem okay to me. Don't get into bad water with the dudes who are the literal fucking Romanian mafia affiliated gangsters. Don't get in trouble with the cops, and then get out of there as soon as possible. And then the thing from the article, literally from the article, it says the two girls were caught trying to figure out how to disguise themselves so they wouldn't be recognized by fans in adult sites.
That makes sense.
Does this sound like they wanted to be that like they're framing them? They're literally trying to escape. But this is a framing, apparently? Bro, only the people with the lowest fucking IQ in the world could think that this is framing. Have you ever seen framing before? What crime were they trying to say they did that they're saying that they didn't actually do? They literally just said that we love them, but we want to get out of here. And we're not sure exactly who any of these girls are. We can kind of have a clue about one of the girls, okay? Because what you can imagine
one of them's American, one of them's from Moldova, so, I assume the one from America obviously got tricked. Ugh, gross. How often are you supposed to clean your ears? I don't know if you're even supposed to do it. I know Q-tips specifically say on them to not use them in your ears. Hold on, I'm gonna grab some lotion. I'll be right back.
Let's say this isn't like framing, but let's say there's this as well as them claiming that they did something to them or something along these lines. Okay, we're not necessarily sure who either of these girls are, but we can have a clue about who one of these girls are. There's an American, as they say, there's an American girl and a girl from Moldova. All right. We don't know much about the Moldovan girl because there were several Moldovan girls. Andrew Tate said himself that he's had up to 75 girls working for him at a time.
Wealthy.
Many of them from Eastern European countries, one of those countries being Moldova, and lots of girls were from there. A couple of girls from the United States were there, I think at least 2. So this is one of the girls from the US, and we're not sure exactly which one of these girls are, but we can put something together, okay? We do know that what led to the first raid
his bottom
was
bitch like,
one of the girls reached out to somebody who reached out to the US embassy in Romania about like her being kept at the at like the Tate prison, at the Tate oubliette, okay? And I believe this is the girl that's here, okay? I believe this is this girl because she talks about that. What happened, what led to the first raid, if you
why did they take screenshots of something that was clearly printed out?
didn't know, is that a girl reached out to, I believe, an ex-boyfriend.
Like actual,
the
like,
ex-boyfriend reached out to the US embassy. The
Oh,
US
yeah, you can see their phone. They just take them on the phone. Maybe they weren't supposed to have them. Like, physically have them.
Embassy reached out to Tate and the Romanian police, and then the Romanian police then raided the Tate house. But the thing is, they weren't being raided because they were allegedly a part of a human trafficking scheme. No, they weren't. If you thought they were, let me tell you right now, they actually weren't. We can take a look at this really quick. Here's the Wikipedia page about Tate and what happened with the 2022 investigation.
Dude, I hate that when anyone says 2022 or 2023 or whatever, I just hear it when Aiden Ross says it, where you add like an extra 20 because it's like, it's so stupid. But it is effective somehow because that's how I hear it.
April 11th, which is the first raid that they were talking about, the U.S. Embassy reports that a guy from the U.S. Embassy reports that his former girlfriend, an American citizen, was being held captive at the Tate home in Romania. Romanian police raided the home. Sorry, the Romanian police raided the home. We know that. And they found two.
I want to see a house tour of that place, to be honest.
And they found an American woman and a Romanian woman that told police that they were being held against their will. An investigation into human trafficking happened and
like
raped by
really
Tate
extensive one.
and the Romanian crime organization authorities. But here's the interesting thing. The two brothers were interrogated and then released. And they heralded this as them being like seen as like free mans and they didn't do anything wrong because they got released. But the Romanian police didn't even know that these were the guys who were who were like the heads of the criminal organization, because at the time they were heard as witnesses and not suspects. These guys weren't a part of the investigation.
What is that?
They were thinking the Romanian police in Tate
I think it's a bug bite.
thought that the Tate brothers were also victims and witnesses of this criminal organization. They had no clue that they were talking to the fucking kingpins, and so that's why they released him.
No, I think it's
And so obviously they were getting released because nobody knew that it was them at the time. They had no clue. None of the girls actually spoke out against them at the time. They just wanted to get out. And we see that here with this, once again, the girls not trying to speak against them. They're like, yeah, we're a literal victim, but play it up a bit so we can get out of here. They're literally trying to disguise themselves to escape. What they wanted to do was go to London. So you can see here from one of the girls, this is her talking to her mom, right?
Okay, I'm dying inside. Let's email Netflix ASAP. Hulu, Amazon Prime. So they want like exposure on their situation. Because they probably don't have any money of their own, so I can see them wanting to sell their story and like to get money to like leave or something. Like, I know you don't believe I can handle. Yeah, because he said he was talking to their mom. Oh no, this one is Emma talking to her mom. Bear, I believe, is Emma.
Emma Gabby talking to her family. She's like, I want to. Where is this? Where is this?
I can handle this,
Mom,
but I can't.
Want to leave to London. You called for that. It's on you. Tell them to come Tuesday when you leave. Look, if you stop me.
You called, that's on you. What? This is literally at the same time. What? Tell them to come Tuesday when we leave. So they're like gonna sneak out? Wait, what's going on now? Fuck it, Emma, fuck it. There's an American squad is on the go now. I don't know why they cut that off, but okay.
From going to London, expect me to disappear. If you stop me from going to London, expect me to disappear.
She's afraid of getting murdered. She's legitimately afraid of, like, her mom seems like, oh, you did this, so it's kind of your fault, but, like, how are these at the exact same timestamp? Huh.
Now, I'm not sure if she's threatening her mom.
The full text. I think that this is all we can see because it's the one that's in the article. What is it? Spy News. Okay. Oh, it's like a Romanian website. Whatever. I'm sure he'll go over it.
She's going to disappear when now once in the context of her being like a sex trafficked woman in a criminal organization, her disappearing after saying that like she wants to get out of the Tate house.
How dare you put me in danger like that? You call. Okay, so she's mad because her mom called, and they're not supposed to talk about this. Like, she's like doing that thing where you're like, okay, don't, like, you can't know that I'm planning this. And then like you have that fucking friend that fucks it up for you. Like, and they like call and then ruin the whole thing. These are all one-sided so far, so it seems like she just typed them all like really quickly, or I don't know, the timestamps don't change, so I'm a little confused about that.
I mean, it's possible that she could think that she could be like killed or attacked or disappeared by them. It's possible. I don't know. I'm not going to make this claim, but there are other things that there are many things that could be happening because of this. To say like, expect me to disappear, something bad could happen to me. It's possible. We just don't know. Right? We just don't know yet.
What the fuck is whoop up?
What's that supposed to mean? I know. Like... I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
Oh, that's her mom. Go with your arrogance and ignorance and bullshit. Wow. Okay, mom. What the fuck, dude? The whole American embassy is on alert. Shame on you.
We're not sure.
Well, that makes a lot of sense why she ended up here. That's how her mom talks.
Dudes must clearly be getting pimped. But it's incredible how somebody could read these. And I got to tell you, once again, I don't think a lot of the guys who are saying that like Tate is exonerated because of this have
clearly
read
don't.
These. How you can think that...
What means middle of nowhere? Okay. I mean... Yikes.
He's going to be... That this exonerates him in any way, shape, or form. This is bad. This looks pretty bad on him. Or at least neutral. And it's just things that we know already, which is girls were being kept there against their will and they want to leave. Now, some people are going to point to something else in here, which is, which they...
Alonia, for sure, we have to... Okay, that's what that other person she was talking to. I'm dying inside. Let's email Netflix ASAP. Hulu, Amazon Prime, yeah.
Would say is going to go against, some of the claims that they are being kept in the house. Take a look at some of this.
I know
Bear. You don't believe I can handle this, but I can. I'm not concerned. Tristan doesn't care if I leave the house. Tristan doesn't really care if I leave going because we've made the brothers believe we are in love. They think we will run back. This. So apparently, people are going to read this as, oh, look, they're playing the Tate brothers.
That's what you have to do. Like, they're trying to leave.
No. They're literally known for taking girls passports, for keeping them there, for only allowing them to leave when they have like chaperones. We know this. He said this. Okay? It has also been confirmed by other girls, and it's been confirmed by Tate himself. So I don't know what more to tell you than he literally said that he does that with the girls after he literally said that he's been running a criminal organization. Right? They're saying that, oh, we can get out of here, but only after I make them believe that we're going to come back. Don't you think it's strange that if they had like the freedom of movement that some tater tots and Tate simps say that they did?
Yeah, they're like, why don't they just leave? It's like, ow.
Why do they need to like make the Tate brothers believe that they're completely in love with them and that they
have armed guards at the compound? Like, literally.
Back for them to be allowed to leave the house. And why does that have to be there for them to not...
Think of like old school like Game of Thrones with Sansa, you know?
Be scared that the Tate brothers would do something. Doesn't this literally imply that if those two conditions were not met, they either can't leave or they'd be scared to leave because of what could happen? This just doesn't make any sense to make this think that this looks good on the Tate brothers. in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't care if I leave because we've made them believe that we are in love. They think we'll run back. So if they weren't in love, would they not be able to leave? Or they weren't like think that they were in love, would they not be able to leave? Would they not be able to run back? I mean, based on what the two brothers are saying about how they keep the girls, the answer would be yes. Because we know for a fact from other girls and from Tate himself, or Tate themselves, that they don't let the girls leave unless it's incredibly specific circumstances and or if they have a bodyguard or chaperone that's with them to make sure that they don't escape. Except for certain girls who are allowed to leave the house if they believe that they could like run back and everything, right? And we know that he used some girls to keep other girls in line, bottom bitches, he said. And some people are going to say...
Very common tactic when it comes to pimping, dude. What's up? Yeah.
Going to lie to you and say that, oh, the bottom bitch, we know that the bottom bitch girls weren't used and it wasn't real. Because
yeah. I mean, that wasn't really what happened, but I choose to believe it was.
Because the girls said that they came to Romania on their free will, which is true. They did come to Romania on their free will after being tricked and frauded by the brothers, but they did go there without like explicit force.
Much if we leave anyways, which is why I feel okay. It's okay. By the way, the question marks do not mean question marks. They're just sometimes like when you translate like any punctuation, it doesn't know what it is. It might even be emojis. Because it would make some sense on some of these that they'd be emojis. I mean, not right there, but and other things we're reading. We will be out of here fine. I don't think they care that much if we leave anyways. Which is why I feel okay. I will make the call and do... Yeah, because she's trying to make the call and get people to, like, rescue them, basically.
But that's not what those girls are used for. They're there to rope them into the business, not to get them into Romania. Getting them to Romania is Tate's job. Getting them into the business was the bottom bitch's girl's job. To get them drunk, to get them inebriated, to get them to say yes, bothering them, telling them that I do it, you can do it too. Tate would love you more if you did this. These are the things that they did to get them to get into the business.
I want to read the rest of it.
Would be able to do that. So we know there are girls there who are used.
Why
to
do they have to take pictures like this?
And the more you're in love and the more you prove yourself, you're able to move up the ladder. We know this already. This has been proven by Tate.
Let's release these little snippets of chat logs to paint the victims of the Tate brothers in a negative light. Oh my god. Read this. What the fuck? Oh, that's better. Oh, so they were emojis. That makes sense of why they're like adding them in, I guess. I don't know how they knew which ones they were. Where did they get these from? The Tate brother, if their plan was to just escape to London, it was the American girl's family who called the embassy. Okay, gorgeous over here, lucky you. I'm leaving to London in a couple... Well, I don't know who this is then. Who's she talking to? Tristan and his brothers are terrible people, bringing a girl that's been stuck here with me. Oh, she's bringing with her a girl that's stuck, that also wants to leave. Maybe I came here for a reason, cutting my losses, and we're making a plan to leave. These guys are actually evil. That makes sense. Be very careful. Talk to the American embassy if you can. I don't know who she's talking to. Why'd they blur out the name? I assume this is to the mom? I don't know. But, an image was attached. Be very careful. Talk to the an image was attached. That is time-stamped. Okay, never mind. I don't really know what these numbers mean. Bought girl a ticket. She will transfer money to me. Send the whole itinerary. How are you going out of the house? Send the whole itinerary. How will you get out? Do you think he will let you go after investing so much in you? They have a plan for you and the girl, and it's very dangerous. I'm going to stay at my friend. when I land in London and will host me for a couple weeks while I get some work and make some money out there and go on adventures. I'm a little worried about leaving, but we set our flights up for 6 a.m. So, yeah, she's obviously leaving. He moved me into a house with 4 other girls, and 3 of the 4 girls... wait, was it part of the compound? It has to be, right? Because it was like a bunch of different buildings, right? Yeah, it's to the mom? Okay. At one point, her dad starts texting. What's up, Star? I'm a little worried about leaving. We set up, he moved me into a house with 4 girls. 3 of the 4 girls have been here for 1 to 5 years and are the groomers. They naturalize taking your clothes off and sending them pictures all together, etc. Oh, so she's on it. Tristan's brother is dating somebody. She has broken up with him. He texts her telling her if she loves him, she will cut an A into her wrist. His name is Andrew. Oh my god. Okay, so she's dating Tristan. So she's dating the brother, or she's like working for the brother. And doesn't seem like she necessarily has a lot of connection with Andrew himself. They're definitely trafficking women. I told you, now try to get out of there quickly. Yeah, I'm going to get this girl out. Her name is Alona. And those are the messages we saw earlier. Hi, Dad here. Stop your messages now. Go low key as you are in very... Good point, Dad. In a very dangerous... What? 8:14. Messages now. Go low key as you can in very... Oh, situation. Got it. This is a secure chat. They don't check the phones. It's kind of surprising. I'm actually in the best position to be able to get out right now. The other girls might tell them, though, we are going to leave when they are sleeping. These girls are brainwashed. They don't do anything except stay at the house, and if they leave, everyone has to know. There are handlers, too. Thankfully, I'm out of the house with Tristan. Because she's in a different house. She's not staying with him anymore. I asked to leave to one of the other homes. Please don't think you are more clever than these guys. Keep a low profile. Be careful how you are getting to get your needs. Do not display your aggression that you have. You will not win. I mean, that's fair. Get to London and come back to safety. We will get the tickets. Tristan, let her go. I don't really get that one. Is it a different name? Or did they just inconsistent with their boxes? Oh, they're just... Okay, never mind. Thanks, no worries. I will get ticks. You shouldn't have to worry about the money. This is my fault. But I'm glad I came because there is another young girl here that definitely needs my help. Yeah, that makes sense that she would... I mean, it's a way to cope with the decision, obviously, to do it. Because she's doing something good, obviously, by helping out this other person. I know, but you are not getting your help with the situation to help anyone who is now at risk other than yourself. Now we should be in a total survival mode. Get low key. You are not going to be able to help anyone but yourself. I'm being very realistic. Wake up to your bad situation with no... Okay. I mean, it's reasonable, but it's kind of mean. We just need you to be safe where you can really consider your actions that put you at risk every day. Okay. Oh, that's not helpful. Yeah, you should feel bad. It's like, all right, well, worry about that later. You don't gotta make her feel bad. She needs to get hyped up, dude. I know the situation, it'll be okay. The best way to approach this is calm and nonchalant. That survival, I'll be okay. Just wanted to keep you in the loop. We'll give updates. I was really struggling with that. Should be in London by the 12th. When was this? Oh, this is in April? Of the last year. Okay, so almost a year ago. Okay, but be ready that just in transit, we need you back home to really have a very in-depth talk. Okay! This is kind of The reason why she probably left is because you're an asshole. And you're way too controlling. So, maybe this isn't the time to be like this. I'm still your loving dad, as Mom is always your best friend. They said she was an American, but they seem to talk like... You said Australian? Maybe they're from Australia? It doesn't really matter. Talk, I'm still your loving dad as well. But enough is enough. I am worrying. Okay, I'm going to bed now. I'm talking to... I don't know who that is. Redacted. It's going to be okay. I love you both. Well, this is really assuming... Tell me really what is... Wait, what? Well, that's really assuring. Tell me really what is really going on. Why are you being like this? I've told you what's going on. I'm remaining as calm as possible. I don't have a big belief that they will stop us from going because we've made the brothers believe we're... Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Okay. And they think that we'll run back. My main concerns are coming from things some girls are saying. It's a lot to explain, but we will be out of here fine. I don't think... Like, obviously she doesn't want your fucking family to freak out. We will be out of here fine. I don't think they care that much if we leave anyways, which is why I feel okay, sort of okay. A lot of girls seem brainwashed here. Look, I know you don't believe I can handle this, but okay, this is back where we're at. Okay. I'm not so concerned. Tristan doesn't usually care if I leave. It's more of the girl I'm with. I also want to go to London to see one of the girls and gather evidence. We're going to send it to the FBI. And she has a question mark, and then this is like only like a minute later. So much for honesty, cry. Like, because I think she was annoyed that they hadn't gotten back to her. Like, they said they were going to bed, and then like they said something else. So then she did. So much for honesty. Okay, I've got this on my own, and I want to go to London. Okay, so obviously she's like getting mad. Because she's like not getting any support back. I've got this on my own and I want to go to London and finally enjoy my trip. Thanks for the chat. Just wanted to let you know what's happening. You aren't the only ones who know my location and where I'm at. Everything will be okay. Please don't add stress to it. Okay. I love you both and will be unharmed and safe. I just know how important it is for you to know what situation I've gotten myself into now. I really just want to travel, have a new love, have fun, make good money, play music, and see more of the world. So I want to go to London, just... Wait, there's nothing on this, right? Yeah, it's just chips. London, just to finally have that experience. This is a good opportunity for me. So she's trying to be optimistic here, right? For me to do that now that it's been bloody awful. Nothing happens to... Oh, maybe they just are Americans, but they live in England. Who says bloody? Awful. Nothing's happened to me so far, but I don't want to stick around and find out yet. Okay, then if anything happens or I get hints that it will, I will go to the embassy and get expedited stateside. So keep that... okay, so this is 20 minutes later? Or 15 minutes later? So keep that focus. How will you get the embassy's help if you don't contact them on your arrival? Another thing you have missed. Call 112. What a fucking asshole! Like, yeah, this is how you fucked up again. It's like, you don't gotta add that. Like, get mad later. Call 112. They're waiting for your call now. Now! Thanks, Mom. Like I said, I want to go to London. We will be okay. If I feel like it won't work preemptively, I will make the call and do the right thing in the situation. Right now, we both want to be in London. Like, she just wants to casually, like, leave. Then they sent a picture. Can't listen to voice messages. Yeah, because she... Oh, it might be a video. I don't know what a .opus file is. Oh, it's an audio file of some sort. So that it's a voice, like a voice message. That makes sense. Go to London, but why have all the wait, what? But why have all the American embassy on alert? You are causing a major upheaval because the Marines and all American squad is on the go now. Fuck it, Emma. Fuck it. What? This is the same day as all these other messages. At 11. You called, I didn't, Mom. I want to leave till... Okay, so the parents called the embassy. Is that what I'm getting? It doesn't say it in the... But that's what I'm guessing. You called, I didn't, Mom, I want to leave to London. You called, that's on you. Tell them to come Tuesday when we leave. That when you can see everything, looks if you stop me from going to London, expect me to disappear. I want to go to London. Okay, then redacted started a call. I don't know if that's how it like reads on, like they tried to call her. How dare you put me in danger like that? Okay, so then she gets mad because they try. I think that means that they just, it's like a message that's just automated. Not that they said that. You called, not me. Go to hell. Oh my god. Go to hell, Emma, with YR. I don't know what YR means. Oh, ignorance and bullshit. Go to Wupoplan in Bangkok or Bora Bora, who is stopping you. The whole American embassy is on alert. Shame on you. That's your fault. Okay, so it seems like the parents called and then obviously, like, made it worse or whatever. Leaving now will be up to those who want to control your life to their gain. Have you not seen by now the cost of humanity? What? People are weird. The parents, I mean. It's not just me here, you idiots. There's another young girl here. Fuck you both. You're ignorant. I should have never trusted you with this information. Fuck off. I really feel this. A little bit, you know? We've all been in that situation where you, like, really, like, we're in a really vulnerable position, and it happens more often than you think, and then they make you look like the bad person because you, like, stress them out or something, and, like, you were just trying to legitimately get support, and then they just, like, turn it on, and you, like, you're trying to do something. Like, trying to, like, they gaslight you, basically. And I have had that happen to me, and I resonate with it, and it's frustrating. Kind of upsetting, to be honest. Hey, do not bother me with bother with me personally anymore. No need for this shit. This is talking to your kid, bro. And then they left. I don't know what that means. I assume it's the name of they left. I think they were trying to call or something. And then they had like the call open, like how Discord has it. I don't know how WhatsApp does it. Sometimes it is prudent to just look at life as we all have to. When you get out of the shit that I don't know what it is about this angle. It's really hard for me to read. That you got yourself into. Maybe you only have yourself to blame. Oh my God. I am sure that you have your own ideas as to your own problems, and I'm also a suffering guy coping over the wait, is this a new conversation? This is Dad again? I don't know if, like, it's like a group chat. Sorry, didn't finish. Try to focus on yourself. You have your own. Brilliant. Just have a call from embassy. You are to approach any military personnel to gain more weight. What? You are to approach any military personnel to gain more weight at the airport that you should be on the way to. What? I don't get what they're trying to say there. Keep me informed. You deleted this message. I presume to call them tomorrow. Is that okay? Can we do that? We can meet them tomorrow. Just get to the airport now. You are in lots of trouble, and you have to do as you are told for once. I am waiting to hear you are safe. Just tell whoever you are with to allow you to go to is the best solution. They know we will leave tomorrow. I promise, Dad. Okay, so she's talking to her dad. With my whole heart, I've wanted out. Anyways, it's just didn't need to go to this length. I want to be honest with both. That's all. I'm quite exhausted after this number. I will call them tomorrow and meet as promised and go to the office. So now she's going to the embassy instead of just leaving and flying away, I guess. I love you both very much. The brothers are they're really back and forth with this. They're like, fuck off, and then never mind. Or maybe one of them's mom and one of them's dad. It's hard to tell. Can I please go to sleep? I will keep my promise and go to the embassy tomorrow, and I will make it there. I haven't slept all night. Just get it done without any of your arguments that you will not get anywhere with time to get yourself into the way of the You don't gotta be dropping like life lessons here. At this point. Promise, I understand why you've done what you have. I love you both dearly. I just wish I had more control over the situation because I'm in it. Do you know what I mean? We should have sorted it out together instead of doing it this way. It's really hurting me. Or it really hurt me. The texts before were from you as I know you. Weren't from you as I know you. We will see tomorrow's outcome, my friend. We will get you. What? Maybe she's got like bipolar and that or something. I don't know. They were from my mom. All of these texts have been from me. I'm so serious. I swear to God, Dad, I was being serious in my messages. That's why you did that? Question mark. You don't know how much danger I believe I was in and how painful that was. I get what she's saying. That emoji. Well, it's better that we follow this rhetoric as I just don't trust anyone. We are in a situation. Is that... We already read this, right? Yeah. Is there a thread? Oh my god. Genuinely afraid acting like something was normal until they could escape. Right, okay, so... Adding the context back. I don't know. They seem like they've... I mean, she obviously seems like she's got like a rebel. She's probably young. She was probably like a dick to them, you know, when she left because she thought she was... I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, you know, the type of people that like end up in these situations do like... They're putting themselves in that situation because they're trying to get away from something else usually. So, a little on that. Are you hungry as me? Okay, so this is her bear talking to Alonia. Aliona. Pretty name. Okay, the prize for the best actress is going to Emma. Yeah, I'm starving. I can't see though because the app is not showing. Image omitted. I need to work a bit. Like to post some TikToks. A gold Oscar now, please. Fuck Glovo. I don't know what that means. What time will you have to do that? Once I get famous and rich, I will make sure I get one for you. I'm just wondering how late we can stay up now. Because blank is constantly listening. It's probably one of the other girls is my guess. It's probably like one of the other, like, you know, like they're taught to narc on each other. That's why she ended up in, yeah, exactly. They're bad parents and, you know, that's how she ended up there. In all of the movies. You're already famous in my eyes. Okay, so they're just having like girl chat. I can't believe you've been alone in all of this shit. I'm really happy I'm here with you, honestly. So it seems like she was like relatively new. And they're like, we're friends. Right. And they like both wanted to leave. Me too. I just mean that you're badass. And like, I kind of ignored my, like, they're just like girl talking right now. Ignored my family. I haven't really speak about this with anyone because, let's be honest, it's fucking crazy. Alonia, okay, but like, now you got here and I think it's crazy. It amazes me how else people speak English and how us dumbass Americans don't know how to speak anything. I feel like you're literally sent from God because you remember me's son much. Oh, okay, you remind me so much of my friend in the name. And because she was Asian. Okay, well, we figured out that the bear is Asian. That makes a lot of sense of... I mean, it didn't really sound like Asian parrots, but I could see it. And same here. I haven't talked to anyone either. I'm happy we met. Okay, so they're... she's 8. And not because she was Asian. Stupid me, haha. I mean, it seems like a genuine conversation. If we make them believe we are... Okay, that's this whole thing. I mean, we are. Wait. I was like, what? But maybe I just tell them I take off today. Lol, yeah, just some take off. Like, I think they're laughing because that's like, they're not allowed to do that. Here, I feel like that thing is completely obscuring my face. Play the victim. Right, we saw that. For me, I just tell them I take off, so I don't have to play. Yeah, don't we decide on that? Yeah, haha, I completely forget about it. Haha, silly me. I think they're just, like, insider talking about how abusive they are with their work schedule. Oops, but yeah, that's the thing. It's just that I didn't go live yesterday either. Okay, fuck. Yeah, literally. That's actually what's happening with me. Razor's just making me do this. No, he's actually, like, really annoyed by it. We're leaving tomorrow, but fuck it, yeah. Who cares if they get mad? Fuck them, and fuck this place. It's middle finger thing. It's just I don't want them to get suspicious. I think that she meant to say want. She said what, but it'll only be the way if we let them believe that. We're fine. Don't even stress about it, babe. Pretend it's another day. You're just tired. I mean, she seems like she's got her shit together. A little bit too confident on the fuck that the place, like. But, I mean, she's obviously confident that they're not going to see these messages. And, I don't know where they would get others, maybe from your Insta, like, with clothes. It's okay, it doesn't matter, honestly. Don't, it's a new account, don't tomorrow. Got it. Haha. Nobody knows about it now. Don't do anything about today. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Our song. Aw. Don't be suspicious, don't be. Oh my god, I realized within the past 12 hours, we realized this is trafficking. We lived in a mentality of trafficking. Women believed we had the U.S. Embassy and Marines and FBI about to break into this house. Took selfies and bread. Took selfies with bread. I don't know what she means with that. And had a few panic attacks, and now we are sitting here smiling, acting normal. This is so crazy. What the hell? Can't even. We are so good, though. We need fucking Oscars. Okay, because they didn't want to exacerbate the situation. Because they didn't trust that the FBI was going to take them away, I assume, when the first raid happened? What's Christian Saw? We already watched the video. It was a movie that was like Saw. It was Curtis Connor's, I think, most recent video that we watched earlier. Did I say hi to you already, Retro? I know I like read the name and then I forget if I've said it or not. Let's just go play it cool and change my name so it will not start with a. Oh, because they said Andrew Tate wanted somebody to like carve an A into their wrist. So I think that's what she's saying. I don't know if it was her or not. It sounds like it might have been. But will not start because she was one like her name starts with an A because her name's Alonia. Fair, lol, got it. Interesting fact. When I was to check some name, I was like, "Are you okay?" And she was sleeping, and she said, "I was just not able to sleep." Sound like a drill. It's coming for me. I was just not able to sleep. Oh, fuck. I didn't think she heard anything because we put music. Okay, so they had obviously talked to each other. And, they were really scared that she overheard them. Because all the girls are taught to, like, snitch on each other. But it's just crazy. She was the one who smoked those cigarettes. Thank God we played that music. Thank fucking God. I don't think so. And had a few panic. Okay, this is a weird place to crop it, so we're back. We're back here. I don't think so. She will never touch something cigarette. I don't get what she's trying to say. Oh, she's saying that I don't think it was her that was smoking the cigarettes. Maybe they smelled cigarette smoke, so they thought somebody had hurt her. It's redacted. We are talking about she steals people's stuff. She stole from somebody plenty. Somebody will beat her, and other girls. Trust me. She's saying, trust me. Somebody, the name is redacted, will beat her. How would she know they are? I don't know. What? And how would blank find out? I hope she will not be aware. So it seems like the other girl would beat the shit out of her. When we leave, something name, I guess. Fuck, have you ever gotten an Uber from here before? Yes. She probably thought she had it in the bag. What? So, I think she might have tried to get an Uber to leave? What? That's confusing. And is this the same messages? This is the same messages. It's just to the context, I guess. Hostage university offer. What? Why is this in relation to this? People leaking. What is this thread? Everyone with brain knows that this happened. You cannot stop the sun from rising. There's evidence. An attack. Free the Tates. I mean, this seems pretty innocuous, you know. And if anything, I think it makes them look worse.
Himself, right? So this is not very. None of this is very interesting at all. All of this just
all right. Pre-watch handy. I promise I didn't watch this.
all together.
Thank you for that link, by the way.
Simply just seems like two girls trying to not get themselves in trouble with the police since they're foreigners in a country. I'm not going to lie to you.
Happened in a sentence. Andrew Tate is a sex trafficker, and these are being used. These WhatsApp messages are being used by like the Tate community to try and make it like they're framing them, but it doesn't make any sense because we read through all of them and it just seems like two people who are trying to leave. It just sounds like two people who are trying to leave being sex trafficked basically.
Criminal organization in like an East European country, I would do anything in my power possible to not get in trouble with the police. That may just be you. That may just be me. I guess I may be being a bitch boy, but now looking at what the Tate brothers are going through, I think it'd be a great thing for, honestly, not to commit crimes in a foreign country in the first place. But if you do, to keep away from the cops as much as possible. Yeah, or get killed by the mob. These guys are
they just want to leave.
Literally working with the fucking mob. It's crazy. This is crazy. And no, like, if you stop me from going to London, expect me to disappear.
Also, the one girl's parents are dicks.
That doesn't sound very good. And like some losers,
and they called the embassy because the first raid that happened a year ago or whatever. Oh god, my nail's falling off. I gotta glue it back. This side of the Mississippi. It's an interesting turn of phrase to use, but yes. What's prostitution at well, they were literally like, we're getting sex trafficked. Like, we need to get out of here.
Like, get hung up on this. We have to. I'm dying inside. Let's email.
It seems like one of
Netflix,
the girls,
Hulu and Amazon Prime,
is
so
newer.
true. Got them, guys. These girls definitely.
Yeah, they were just having girl talk. So I don't remember seeing this in the thread that we read, but it makes sense that they're trying to joke around about it, being like, "Oh, we could probably sell our story to this," which makes sense.
We're being kept
post,
in a human trafficking house.
Like, coping is not always a bad thing. I know everyone is terminally online. Things like, oh, cope means bad. Like, no, like, you need to cope with things.
With the
and that's
Tate
what she's doing there.
For weeks for their Amazon Prime subscription and Hulu subscription. I am very smart. So true. The Tate brothers have been set up this entire time because all the girls wanted their Amazon Prime subscription. Okay, brother. Okay, brother. Play the victim. I mean, we are. It just seems like what they want to do is play it up and then disguise themselves so they don't get caught by the cops, so they can like disappear and get out of the situation.
Yeah, I got.
There is nothing here that shows that the Tate brothers have been framed, that they've been set up. They didn't even say that they were going to play anything up for the cops besides them being scared. But they didn't say that they were going to tell them that they committed crimes that they didn't. You would need that. That's kind of a necessary to say that they were framed. You know what I mean? That's kind of necessary to the whole framing thing. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, guys. For this to make any sense whatsoever. What? Also, this may be the one American girl who said that she was like assaulted by Tate, but we just don't know. We don't know her name, and they haven't made this name like public for this American girl. There are several American girls we know that who are being kept in the house. So we just can't tell. I just can't tell you if this is one of the girls who like claimed that he assaulted her or anything along these lines, because they won't tell us the exact names, which is probably for the best to keep them safe. Once again, the people who
They're
are
gonna
keeping them
dress
at the
like I'm in
house
prison.
are working for the literal mob. And we know this. And they said that they were. This has been proven. Okay? This has all been proven. And once again, these are not even wiretaps. I don't know. Let's I don't know. Maybe let's watch something from somebody who like believes that they're
This is what I'm
framed.
excited about.
Let's go watch some stupid people. I don't know. Here's XQC reacting to Aiden Ross reacting to Andrew Tate. So let's react to that.
Oh shit,
News is true.
we're 3 reacts deep. I guess 4 now. We're 4 reacts deep now.
I know this is if a girl really framed
I don't know
him,
why I find that so funny. Just the reactception. Yeah, I think it's so funny. It was literally trash. Correct.
the girl deserves to go to Romanian prison for life. Solitary confinement.
Confinement.
So true. Solitary condiment.
Confinement. Confined. Whatever the fuck it is, bro. I don't know. Do I look like a fucking cop? I don't know. Or a lawyer?
A little. Not a lawyer. Definitely possibly a cop.
I don't know.
Real shit
I
though,
can see him
Chad.
being a lawyer.
Send that bitch to fucking jail. By the way,
He broke somebody's camera, I think.
Okay.
if that news is true,
All right then. Okay.
People need to have more media literacy. It's so frustrating.
Solitary condiment. Send her away. All right. There's nothing really, no real arguments there. No Jumper like helped report this. So let's see. Let's see what Jumper has to say.
Back to
Okay, these people have consistently reported incorrectly, specifically on Andrew Tate stuff, because I think they're just trying to simp for the audience.
another one. Andrew Tate does seem to be getting free. Doesn't seem to be getting free of all the time alleged criminal charges anytime soon. However, he continues to speak his mind and claim himself as innocent.
You talking about
now
this?
that it's been more than 2 months since his arrest, Andrew Tate.
The minions these Tates to run defense. I know it's so crazy because they give bonuses. You can like the way you make money at Hustlers University just seems to like do their bidding, and like in their Discord calls. Like there's like something that was released. Fuck, I don't remember where I was watching or where I saw it. It was just like Discord leaked messages. He might go over it, but like it was basically trying to cancel KSI. And how they would like they would like basically pay people to make videos that are like anti-KSI and stuff.
Was planned on setting up the Tate brothers by pretending that they were in love with the brothers.
That's really what
there we go.
Hustle University is.
They had then planned to feign ignorance if they were caught in the police raid on Tate's property and discuss using disguises so that they were not recognized following the raids. Andrew Tate has been surprisingly active on Twitter.
I assume they're reading this off of a TV, and props to him. I feel like I couldn't read anything off of a TV being that far away. I could barely read like the other side of my monitor. Not that he like wouldn't be able to read. It's just like just seeing it with these bright ass lights.
Considering his current locale, Cobra recently tweeted that he will be preparing for the battle against the powers who oppose him and believes that there are only 2 possible outcomes going forward. My eyes is fucking with me today.
I didn't pre-watch, I promise.
Well,
Okay. That's probably one of the most biased readings of the situation I've ever heard in my entire life. You know what's incredibly curious? Apparently this last conversation here was happening in the goddamn hyperbolic time chamber. Apparently this was happening in the Dankai from
I thought
Bleach.
that was a longer clip. You
Because
just read that?
apparently all these girls were able to type in the same minute, in the exact same minute. Okay? So you can see this. 10:42:29.
Wait, the other posts were fixed though, right? Or were those also kind of weird? No, these seem to actually line up. 10:42. These ones? Oh no, because this is. Wait, what? And 10 or 11. whatever. I think this one is probably just a little bit more accurate. Sometimes timestamps get fucked up.
10:42:20. This entire page was apparently happened at 10:42:29.
That was a family conversation. That is weird timing on it. What is this? We're the ones that were manipulated. Again, the claims that Tate moved away from cam girls is a lie. That's what is this? Okay, I'm a little worried about clicking on this. Hold on. Ooh, open a new tab thing does help a lot. These weird ass framed. Oh, it's just posts. I'm gonna avoid showing this, I guess. I don't know. It's probably fine. It's just some girl's ass, but it's not like she's naked or anything. Oh, they're just a series of tweets. What? Scrolling Twitter and I forgot it's payday. 11 girls are gonna send me my cut of their OnlyFans account today. Why? Because I made them popular. Top 3%, every single one. I don't know whose account this is. @of down. It says it's Andrew Tate, but I don't know if this is a different account. I don't know the context of that post.
And then this entire page also happened at 10:42:29. So, like, once again,
been
like
90
I'm saying,
years. I've been
I
good.
think
How are you?
this is either edited or this was happening in the hyperbolic time chamber, because they've been able to have an entire conversation in the space of like a single second.
That's his old one.
And if it's fake, I'm not going to lie to you, this would be way funnier if it's fake, because this is all that like an Andrew Tate fan could come up with. Like for trying to frame the guys, for trying to frame the girls as framing the guys.
That is funny if it was fake.
If this is all,
but I believe the other one had better times, like more accurate timestamps. I mean, that just makes sense. Sometimes like the thing, like whatever format that it's on, just fucks up.
It could come up with. Holy shit, that's fucking hilarious. It's a word, dude. That's crazy.
Oh, they do talk about.
They're really trying to watch this guy.
Did y'all see the text messages or whatever where you said it was fake?
No.
Where they said they were trying to frame him? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Wait, is he realizing?
To me, this is somebody who's trying to shut them up.
They
are in Romania, bro.
They're trying to watch these boys.
Yep.
Don't they have like a corrupt ass judicial system?
What? Fun, and I can't read the rules.
I wouldn't doubt it in the slightest. I mean,
it's like, Romania. It kind of sounds corrupt.
I can't really think of too many justice systems that aren't corrupt. And
just so you know.
Oh my god, these people are so dumb.
Just so you know, Andrew Tate literally moved to Romania because he said the justice system is corrupt, and he could get away with like raping as many women as he wanted because, hey, listen, he could just like pay them off. He'll have like a free chauffeur, and they'll carry him out of his cell like with like native Romanians like on his back on
Where's the Andrew Tate one where it's like,
to be honest,
rabbit hole continues. Let's go into part.
He remind me of the Swindler Swindler.
Sweden has
my enemies.
He was arrested.
You would think Sweden's cool, but then look how they did ASAP Rocky.
That sounds like Alex Jones.
But he's not from there though.
Oh my god, dude. They're like, no man can ever commit crimes. It's impossible. Like, I don't know if they're doing it for the audience or if they honestly just like are that dumb. Where's the video where it's gonna be impossible to find because everything's gonna be like the videos of him going to jail. Why the fuck did something? Is Andrew Tate really paying all of Joe Exotic's legal bills? What? What is this Rolling Stones article from October? What? He claims to be paying all of Joe Exotic's fees, but Exotic's lawyers only confirmed $10,000 donation. That's funny. What? I mean, it looks like it's a real thing. I didn't know that was a conspiracy. That's interesting because he's gay. I thought Tate like hates the gays. I guess he doesn't really talk about the gays that often.
But still, you feel me? Like,
didn't they get Freddie too? Was that
I think that was Switzerland.
No, that was Switzerland.
Yeah.
You're right.
Whoa,
my bad.
But
what are these people's jobs? Oh, are they drinking White Claws too? Fucking cheers.
Let's look at this, Josh.
that were text messages from the two supposed victims that came out. One was the Moldovan that we've already
What
covered.
do you mean text messages? I mean, I guess they're technically text messages.
And the American. And if you look over those text
WhatsApp
messages, you
messages.
could see how not only did they plot to frame the Tate brothers, they rehearsed it. Going over what to say, how to look, how to cry, and how to play dumb. They even made a joke.
They didn't teach us how to cry.
2 days before the raid happened, how their performance deserved an Oscar.
Framed them of what?
But I mean,
No, they were talking about their performance and acting like everything is fine when it's not.
So you'll see this is that people will keep saying, because they've been told and they want to believe, they're framing them of what? Framing them of what? Of what? If you were going to frame them, wouldn't you say, we don't love them, we're literally being kept here against our will, please help us? Wouldn't that be framing? But instead of that, it's, I can get out of here whenever I can leave because I made them think they love me. We got to get to London as soon as possible.
Yeah,
I
get
may
away from
disappear
them.
if I don't. And
I wonder if they felt more comfortable going to London because I don't know if they would have known about it, but that there was already charges there against him, and maybe he's talked about not liking going to London, or they can't go back to London because there was charges or something specifically related to the fact that they would felt safer there. It's possible. I don't know. It seems like she wanted to go to London just to go to London. It was probably obviously easier than getting into the United States, but she also said she had friends there.
They literally said, let's say we love them, but we just don't like the situation. How in the world could this be framing? Say that we are hurt or shit like that, and that we do love them, but just don't like the situation. They want to leave. How in the world could this be framing when they're just say we love them and let's get out of here? Of what? I want one of these guys to answer the
Didn't
question.
somebody from No Jumper get in a shit ton of shit because they talked they were shitting on BTS? Or is that a different podcast?
Question of what?
Just remember they
I'm
were
genuinely
sitting on
curious.
couches.
at the end of the day, if you're
set them up,
if you're trying to set somebody, that's what they do, though. You feel me? That's kind of a thing. You can't really, even if someone gets set up, it doesn't.
They're not even reading
it. It doesn't invalidate the thing that they did.
Entrapment, yeah, it does.
No, it does. First of all, entrapment.
It does? What? No, it doesn't. These guys think they're talking this exonerates them legally. It means nothing if not evidence against them.
Entrapment laws are very misconstrued. What people think or that's considered entrapment is not necessarily the same thing. For example,
jail before?
Wait a minute. Trafficked, and they're sitting there
Well, I
saying,
don't know what Romania's. I have another video on this that is actually by a lawyer, so it's probably going to be a lot of the same stuff. But I'm interested in what he says.
It's clear as day that he's getting set up.
True. However, if there's sting operations, look at To Catch a Predator and things like that. All those dudes now, granted, on To Catch a Predator, those people, they're not getting they're getting booked so they can get put on the registry, but they're not taking those people and giving them prison terms and things like that. But regardless, that's altering the future of their lives.
It's not true. That's literally objectively not true. I've seen fucking interrogations of people that they literally do go to the police. They actually fucked up investigations by doing it, not because it's entrapment. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but I know that To Catch a Predator has fucked up actual police investigations, but they do actually call the police. It is real. People have gone to jail
due to a sting operation, though. You know what I mean?
Are they trying to say Andrew Tate is innocent? Yeah, they're saying that Andrew Tate was set up by all the girls that he kept in his sex trafficking oubliette, that they all were there for his, I guess they didn't like his TikTok, so they flew to Romania to take him down together or something. Because none of this makes sense if you spend a second thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly were trying to leave. If they thought they had to be secretive about leaving, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about how they need to be secretive about leaving because they're obviously afraid of something. She literally was talking about she's afraid she'll disappear if she doesn't get to London.
What? They flew to Romania because they saw his TikToks and don't like him to be on OnlyFans to take him down?
This is where we need to think.
What they didn't? They were there,
process. Think.
But they liked what was going on, but then they didn't, and so then they wanted to take him down. How does this work? What are you saying? I just don't get it. I after I
This is
read
epic,
everything, I
though.
was genuinely
Like,
surprised
not
that it
like
was such.
like I don't know, like actual affinity that's hard for Andrew Tate, but this is like genuine like hope. Like I refuse to believe that he's done anything wrong.
A nothing burger. I'm genuinely curious, like what they're like. If pressed on the question, if I was able to bring any of these guys on and just ask them, frame them of doing what? Because mind you, all of the most damning things that they were talking about that these guys would like to pull up was happening before the first raid. They were like plotting to frame them before the first raid, and literally one of the girls had somebody that they knew talk to the embassy to get them out. And so if they had the literal embassy, the US embassy, DICOT, and the police, like they knew that they were about to come down and raid the place, and they wanted to frame Andrew Tate, wouldn't they have told the police that Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate were doing this, that, and the third to them? Wouldn't they do it there at the first raid? Why would they wait until like the wiretapping in the second raid to do that? They've already been raided. Why would they wait for a second raid? Or maybe they were waiting for a third or fourth or fifth raid? What about the sixth or seventh raid? Is that the raid that they were looking for? It just doesn't make sense. I just don't get it. These people want Tate to, I would hope my mom would beat me if I did this much like cringe ass capping for like a rapist online all day. This is crazy how you spend your time and like make your personality defending rapists online all day.
I looked up Andrew Tate on Twitter because I was trying to find this thread that Grey Rock, you were luckily were able to provide. And just like the comments on it is like, oh my god, like everyone's like just like, oh, that's right. It's like it's just like you say one thing and then all of a sudden everyone like falls in line. Like, be an independent.
That's wild to me.
Doesn't make any
sting
sense.
operation.
So
But what I'm saying is, if these are the said people, and they're showing you from the wiretap that they set this shit up, why are they still being charged? There has to be more to this.
Just so you know, also, these guys have no clue what the fuck's going on. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate and the two girls that were arrested with them have not been charged of anything yet. They haven't been. There are no charges against them yet. They're being held pending charges.
More to this, and it does like, what's their motive? Is this like an actual law enforcement operation? Or
What's their motive?
On their own volition? If they did it on their own volition, then that's for sure some fuck shit. You know what I mean? It needs to be addressed. Now, if this is some type of operation, then that kind of changes the dynamics. Regardless, it sounds fishy.
What was it, a counter operation? Was it the rival mob the rival mob sent in these girls to the mob that Andrew Tate was working with to take down his mob operation and then like dig it out from under it to like weaken the foundation for it to fall so the other mob could get onto this mob's turf. Definitely, this is definitely what would have been happening. I haven't read shit, but it's definitely what's happening. It's like an anime plot.
I know people want to silence these guys for whatever reason, and I don't like anything in that nature. I don't wish incarceration upon anybody. However, when you start getting into certain sex charges, it becomes a little bit more ambiguous.
Sex trafficking, fencing.
Difficult to discern, but
interesting. Okay, there's nothing of value there. Oh, Sneeko explains them caught lying. Sneeko was well known for being one of the brightest minds and best thinkers of the manosphere space, so I know he's definitely going to have a thoughtful take on this one. Let's take a look.
So guys, on Sneeko's recent live stream, he talks about the girls who tried to frame Andrew and Tristan but have been exposed for it.
Here is the leaked messages from the girls
who reacception again
in April who called the embassy. Turns out they knew the whole time. Turns out they planned it out and they wanted to get a Netflix series. Let's read it. So at the top, this is the U.S. woman and the U.K. woman. The U.S. woman is the one who called the U.S. embassy. And there's also messages from the U.S. woman and her mother. And her mother's like, are you actually trafficked? What's going on? This is insane. And you guys should all pressure the soy boys and everybody. When it's actually proven that Andrew and Tristan are innocent, we got to go laugh at them forever. We got to laugh at them forever for preying on people's downfall, for wishing prison on people. I think that's sick, personally. So Aliona says, you are a good actress. True.
So I guess you can show banned people as long as it's in context of what you're talking about, is my understanding. So, all those people, they're the ones that are claiming to be independent. Yeah, I know. I am very independently thinking because I believe everything I am told without questioning it.
Bear says, I practice.
The only things that I question are things that agree with the main narrative. It's like, what? Obviously, questioning is a good thing in general, but like, what particular thing you choose to question is, you know, like, it's not like all information is at the same level of like, it's not the same validity. Like, it's not like the CDC should be like questioned as much as like, I don't know, something that you should question, like you know, like a one-sided story, I guess. But like, if there's like so much evidence, I don't understand why you when you ask the question, you're supposed to form your opinion based off of the answers, and you're supposed to find the answers. Like, and they're there. You're looking at them. You're just not understanding any of it. I don't get it.
Perfecto. Just play it cool. Got it. Like, you don't know? Play dumb. I'm going to pull some tears and play dumb. Good advice. Thank you, babe. So here they are. They're planning how they're going to do this. And this is actually really common from women. Do you know that women all know that they can get away with this? We are so good, though.
Yes, all women. You just cry and then automatically you win.
Eliona.
I've tried that before on a thing I was wrong about and it didn't work, so. I'm joking, I didn't actually. Well, I don't know. Maybe I was sad about something, but it doesn't automatically just like fix everything.
You need a fucking Oscar. Let's go. Eliona says, let's just go play it cool.
Yeah, they're just having girl talk.
I know Sneeko, it's hard for him to understand.
Obviously talking about like, yeah, like they're encouraging each other.
And this, people playing dumb, because he doesn't have to play dumb. He just is. And so
Got him.
If they wanted to frame him, why would they play dumb to everything? Wouldn't they like say everything? Since they're literally in there, wouldn't they like reveal to the cops at that moment that they knew everything that was going on?
Well, I don't think that it does it any more than anyone else would. It's just kind of a distraction technique, just like yelling. That makes somebody like uncomfortable or feel negative in some sort of way. It's the same thing with like yelling. Like a lot of people like yell because they don't want to talk about something.
They say this, that, and the third. He did this, he did that. They went there. They weren't allowed to go here. If they were trying to frame him, why would they play dumb about everything? Why would they say we have no clue what's going on? What point would that be? Does anybody know what point would be, what would be the point of like saying that you have no clue what's going on? Like, why would you say that? Like, the cops are, you have all of the ears that you would have wanted if you were going to frame somebody and they just didn't. Either they
just wanted to leave. They just wanted to leave. They didn't want to deal with this shit anymore. They didn't want to have to be like the one that cracks the case. They didn't want to deal with it. They just wanted to leave. They specifically like, we're not trying to fuck them over. They're just like, I just want to leave.
Or there was no plan.
She says, I'm going to change my name so it would not start off with something. LOL, says Bear. Got it.
You can't read the letter A.
I told you to be like saying a nice message and that we are hurt or shit like that. So we do love them, but just don't like the situation. Look at them plotting it out, planning how they're going to be hurt. And you know what's...
Yes, they're plotting how to leave. Their escape.
Right after this happened, look at what they were really doing.
What?
They're in the house all the time. This is them.
This is their work. They literally talked about it in the message. They're supposed to do this for jobs. She said that she was going to post TikToks because she had to work. That's her job.
Does this look like women who are being held against their will?
Yes. Nobody uses TikTok and dances in that outfit on their own volition.
This is literally their job. It was their job to literally perform. What are you saying? These girls say that they were...
The amount of, like, compartment... God, I didn't even know I tried saying that word correctly. A Nathan Ross moment. The amount of, like, putting away your better sense to believe that this means something significant to discredit them is astounding.
Do these women who are at this very moment doing sex work, do these women in sex work look like being kept by a sex trafficker, look like they're being sex trafficked? What are they instead of posting a video of them dancing, were they supposed to post a video of like Andrew Tate like beating them? Like, what do you... Look, they're dancing. people who are being sex trafficked, they can't dance. We all know this.
Shark or Sneeko?
Addicted to attention because of TikTok, and they really want to get away. Bro, these women are completely addicted to TikTok clout. It's not even about.
They don't even have access to their own accounts. Didn't they like say something about that? Or they're going to make a new Instagram account?
About money to them. It's just about getting more attention. Look, they want to win an Oscar. They want to go sell it as a documentary. Eliona says, so they will think we are not really against them, you know? Yeah, that's smart, Eliona. Play the victim. I mean, we are.
Also, if they were going to frame them, why would...
It seems like they kind of just were gaslighting them a little bit to, like, make them feel bad so that they could have the opportunity to leave. I mean, like, that's, like, what they, like, focus on. It's like, oh, we have to look up, or they're all bad and everything is lies, and this means, like, they're framing them because, what, they wanted to lie to them to escape? It's very silly.
They want to think that they're not really against... Wouldn't you... If you wanted to frame them for sex trafficking, wouldn't you want to let the police know that you're against them?
Toxic gaslighter.
They're sex trafficking. What did they want to tell the police that they're actually...
People also do it more than you'd think.
Pro sex trafficking? Guys, okay. When the police come, we need to make sure we set up Tristan and Andrew. What we say is that we love sex trafficking and we love being sex trafficked, so they won't know that we're really against them. And the girls go, oh, yeah, okay. Okay. I see. Okay. All right. And then they're going to be taken step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit.
Yeah.
All right, but like, yeah, act like we still love them and stuff. Okay, not only do they still think even planning out framing them.
Toxic gaslight? What are you, the Ohio Trail derailment?
They're still saying we are the victim, but also play the victim. Act like we love them. Bear says, ha ha. I mean, we are. Eliona says, wait, what?
Thank God this chat is blurred because it's probably just the N-word.
Confused. They don't even know if they're victims or not. They're, and in what world? You know why they think they're victims for some reason?
So, haha, kicked
well, it's like a lighter, like a gas lighter, like a lighter that is powered by gas. That is also, like, it sounds like it's a real thing. Like, it's also toxic because it's like really, like, bad fluid.
Wait, where is this? Here, let me see. Play the victim. I mean, we are. So he's reading this as, we are? I read this as, I mean, we are. We are? Like, has he ever talked to a person before? It's just like, play the victim.
I mean, this makes sense.
And then she's like, yeah, we are. But people ask, like, people do this all the time where they say something, but they
I get so annoyed when everyone's like, oh, men and women are so significantly different. It's like, no. I mean, you stop it. Like, this seems completely, like, normal way that people talk.
Question mark onto it to be like, yeah, we actually are. Did you not think we...
What do you believe is really... I believe that everything that Andrew Tate himself has been saying that he's been doing, because that's what the evidence is saying.
Were?
These people literally are scheming to leave because they can't leave on their own free will.
Wait, what? They did trip
that
over...
itself, like, it really, like, proves the point that they couldn't just leave. If they have to go to the extent that these people, like, where they're like, we have to, like, disguise ourselves because we might get recognized by, like, you know, fans or whatever, because we need to get to London, get out of fucking Romania.
For themselves talking here, but to make this seem like, oh, we actually, wait, is this, I'm sorry, to believe that this is her being like, they were in character the entire time, but then in this moment they fell out of character. Are they doing like a fucking Three Stooges bit in their like WhatsApp DMs? It either has to be the way that I read it, or they're doing a literal fucking Three Stooges bit in their DMs, and that's the only thing that makes sense.
Why?
Here for this to read the way that he's reading it just doesn't make sense. I just don't get it.
Even though they're acting, even though they're aware they're acting, they still think that they're victims because this is what we tell women to do.
Wait,
what?
So So they've been planning the entire time to take down Andrew Tate, but they also genuinely believe they're victims, but they're also know that they're not victims, but they're also playing the victim, but they are victims because they think that they're victims, but they're not. I love Sneeko. He's so smart. His brain is so damn big. It's huge, actually. Probably even the biggest brain in the world.
He's making a shit ton more money with this whole Tate thing.
What does Quivering have to say?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy,
God, this is gonna be a good take.
maybe not in Romania. Before we get into this story, just a quick word from this.
Shut the fuck up.
This article or this bit of news seems to be kind of creeping out on, first on kind of the gossip sites. It hasn't been covered by any mainstream sites yet. That doesn't necessarily mean it's untrue. It's just an interesting, twist to the story.
Sportskeeda. That's an interesting name.
It could not be covered because we're not sure if they're real. Because just so you know, I'm not sure
There's no evidence towards them. I mean, we literally just went through and read evidence of them keeping people against their will. Like, what do you mean?
I've made this super clear yet. We don't know if this is real. Yes, if you look at all of the places where this is covered, it's only on like sports gossip sites where they post like allegations of a football player cheating. This has not been covered by any major news organization or publication, not even in Romania.
Like, they literally were messages that were saying, like, if they don't get to London, they might get disappeared, and they were scared. I mean, we watched the beginning of the stream. We literally went through all of them.
Yet.
The same things that people are using as evidence that they, like, were setting them up is damning to them in itself. Like, you can't just, like, pick and choose which ones you decide to, like, believe. Like, what?
We're not sure if this is real. We're not sure if this is actually from Dicot or the prosecutor or where it's from. This is all we're going off of, and we're just assuming that they're real. Hello, Stinko. He has arrived.
It says, Andrew Tate is still currently housed in jail amid claims against that allege wiretap.
Why is a sports website in this?
Taps between those who claimed that they were in love with the brothers. They had planned to feign ignorance if they were caught in a police raid.
From my side, they held people. Okay, well, then you'd be cool with Epstein then.
On Tate's property and discussed using disguises so they weren't recognized.
And they don't help you. Like, what do you mean? They give you terrible advice.
Following the raids. Images of the alleged wiretaps were uploaded to Twitter, and British MMA fighter and actor Tam Khan has called for the release of Andrew Tate and his brother. Khan saying this: "Wow, exposed, free the Tates now." Wiretaps showed that they plotted to frame them. And what you see here is, obviously, I can't read that because it looks like it's in, well, it actually does look like it's perhaps in English. So
all right, give me anything that's good advice then. Fucking link it, bro.
Wait a second. He didn't even...
They give realistic advice, like you should just join a fucking Hustlers University so all you can do is just sim for Andrew Tate. Like, literally, like, they just pay people to make, like that whole KSI thing. Or, like, there's messages from their Discord. It's like, whoever makes the best KSI takedown because he said something about Andrew Tate, will, like, pay or something. Which, let's be real, they're probably not doing.
Look at the supposed logs before he pressed record. Wait, did he just see this clip while he just got done jerking off at his desk? And then goes, oh shit, I should record. Loads up OBS, presses record, and goes, hey guys.
That's what I did.
Check that out. Investigative journalist Suleiman Ahmed released a thread on Twitter revealing the alleged bias against Andrew Tate in the mainstream media. Well, duh. Ahmed called up prominent news outlets, BBC and Vice, and blasted the organization for a lack of journalism.
Here, let's see.
Disturbing. They should be locked up and immediately exposed. Free the brothers now. This only highlights the corruption in this
And you can't post a single one.
Case. Now, certainly this doesn't,
I mean, if you're gonna say like working out is good advice, it's like, okay, then I cannot be accused of a crime because I also think that you should, care about your health, and working out can make you feel better because you get like endorphins rush or whatever.
Absolve them of literally everything they've been accused of, but certainly we've already seen a scenario where I'm of the mind.
I mean, like, doing anything consistently is like helpful to have like a schedule. Like, I feel like streaming has helped, like, to be more consistent. Working out okay, cool. Like, I don't understand what your point is. Maybe you don't care enough. Yeah, you don't care enough. But you care enough to fucking defend him without having anything like.
No, he hasn't even began reading
for no reason.
Wait,
against.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
you don't give a shit about women. You don't give a shit about victims of sex trafficking. You don't give a shit about anybody else besides Andrew Tate.
Okay, all right. This video is 60% over, and he hasn't even began reading. But he's already. Hey guys. I literally saw this article 2 seconds ago. Here's my take. Dude, it's so easy to be a conservative grifter. Holy shit. Holy shit. You have to you use literally none of your fleeting.
If you cared, you would care enough to actually read all the fucking messages and understand that those are like nonsense. Like, it's just them talking about how they want to leave. Like, in terms when they say it's like, oh, it's them framing them, like, that's complete nonsense, dude.
Like, brain.
They have half ears? What? Are you the streamer? No, that's just my hair.
Like brain, like you, none of your like fleeting brain cells to make a video and then, boom, easy money, huge money. We don't even worry about that.
Yeah, and should not be allowed to leave. That's not. You think that's like what women want? Like, that's not. Like, he talks about how he thinks they're like property. Like, that's not. If you care about women and their freedom, then you wouldn't have that mindset, dude.
It's too easy. And just so you know, all of this drops at the same time that it's been found out that Andrew Tate's associates put a bounty on KSI's head. KSI, the YouTuber who said that Andrew Tate deserved to be banned from social media platforms.
That yes, I do love freedom. I'm American.
They put a bounty on his head. They said to like look for dirt to try to cancel them and like get at them, hurt KSI because he said that Andrew Tate. That's it. That's all he said is like Andrew Tate's a bad.
No, European girls definitely do think like me. Everywhere, all over the world, think like me. We're not a fucking hive mind, dude.
Guy and should be banned from YouTube.
Where only one school of thought is just like, no, all European girls don't like believe, like, no.
Boom, hit out on you. What the fuck? Closest.
They loved him. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that everybody loves to be protected. Like, that's silly to think that. What, you don't like being protected by like your bros? You know, like having backup. Like, what?
Associate to Andrew Tate put a bounty on the head.
I know what they want. Okay, cool. That doesn't mean all women want that. What the fuck is your point?
Influencer KSI offering
you should have the option to be able to do that. If you want to have somebody that provides and protects you, like, and you don't want to like reciprocate it, fine, that's your choice. But not everybody wants that. It's silly.
To the Tate follower who made the popular video about the streamer and boxing needs to be condemned and.
Well, no shit. You're also protecting that. Like, what? You're getting protected on both sides. Yes, you protect each other. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, it doesn't have to be like on one. Like, it's not like there's like a tank. You know, like what? Like, there's not like one. Like, you just sit there and do nothing or something. Like, it's like if a home invasion happens, like, what are you gonna do? Just sit there and do nothing? Like, and have somebody else take care of it? Like, no, I would assist. I don't know why you wouldn't want two people instead of one.
According to chat logs and other evidence obtained by Vice, experts had pointed out the manipulation of the tech platforms or algorithms as a central feature of Tate's rise to fame. And he wants his followers to swarm his enemies, something that.
Okay, why don't you go to war with other men? What's your point?
Appears to have been at least in some.
Okay, now you're gonna resort to the same thing. You're just like, you wouldn't. Okay. Well, I don't want to, but I assume you don't want to either. If I needed to, like, I think that women should be drafted. Like, as long as we have the draft, both of us should get drafted. Fuck it.
Some cases directed at Tate's inner circle.
So
shit's crazy, bro.
What's your like? Is that a problem for you? Like, is it just gonna be like, oh well, they can't be drafted? Like, then why are you using that as a talking point to complain? Hold on. Look at post the ideas of freedom. Yeah, that's why I said I don't think that people should be drafted at all. But I don't think that, like, if as long as we have the draft, I don't think it should be segregated by, like, you know, sex. You prefer only men be drafted? We have opposing viewpoints. Interesting. What do you say to that rep score? Never, we're never drafted. Okay, who cares? It should be. Fuck it. I'm literally telling you that I don't like that it's that way. So you're just, like, saying that I'm lying. Like, if that is, like, the basis of your argument, like, that's really fucking stupid. Like, you're just saying, like, oh, no, I know what you're saying, but, no, you don't think that. Why would you know? Like, I could just say this, like, using that argument, I think you're lying then. I think you actually do, think that women should be drafted.
Some longs. Going to make a KSI canceled bounty as well. Whoever.
Why is it stupid? Because you're just saying stuff. Like, I don't give a shit about what your opinion is. I'm telling you what my opinion is, and you're telling me that I don't actually have my opinion that I'm saying that I have. Like, that is just a dumb line of, like, I guess it's not questioning, but, like, logic.
It's the most views on a video showing KSI needs to be condemned and canceled. The world needs to know KSI is a hypocrite who has done.
I mean, you're kind of judging me way more than I'm judging you. So you're also judgmental. Who gives a shit?
Horrible things, and he should be canceled himself. You have 48 hours for this one. Be careful not to make it bannable, since KSI has done some horrible things. Best video wins. This is unhinged. This is unhinged.
This is what I was talking about.
He's literally asking people to, like, find shit and make up shit. What horrible things has he done? He's done very bad things. He deserves to be banned. Oh, he should be out of here. Right? He hates Tate. He's a hypocrite. Only thing he's mentioned him doing something bad is apparently not liking Andrew Tate, which apparently makes you a hypocrite, I guess. Good Sneeko clip for social medias. This is a counterattack. This is insane. What is his like Discord profile a fucking Jihad Wojak? Sorry, he's a Jihad Pepe. He's a Jihad
like
Pepe.
Their cousin, I think.
Okay, this is the counterattack. We're strong.
Oh my god. And a man who making this video got nothing else to do rather than beat his meat 24/7 and make these type of videos. This is a live stream that I'm watching a clip from. Man getting no pussy. Who gives a shit? Wait, so you're judging him now? Like, after you just said that I'm judgmental? Like, to some extent, obviously we all are, but, like, that seems a little far. You know nothing about him! Are you getting paid on one of these Discords?
Oh, yes, this is from the Hustlers University Discord. This is from their community. This is from the Discord you pay, like, $5K to be in.
Yeah, you're kind of just strawmanning me.
Apparently, this is supposed to help them.
I can. Well, you know what? I think that he has lots of pussy.
Get like money and start businesses.
I mean, is it because he's a live streamer? Because then that's true.
And be rich like Tate. But apparently, they just use it to become like attack dogs to attack Tate's enemies, which is the funniest shit I've heard in my entire life. It's so cringe. 2 days later, Luck posted cancellation bounty for Hustlers University Discord. Dude, what the fuck? Luke, aware of the Vice news was coming to film, moved between various Telegram groups and Discord servers, advising students on what.
Wow, only 2 monitors. What a fucking brokey. Oh, I know he's got some at the top. Wait. Oh, I think he just has one of them flipped. Can't really tell what I'm looking at.
Take content to post to seemingly try to quell fears that YouTube would ban their account.
Who gives a shit? You can't take anyone seriously that disagrees with you because you have no, like, actual opinions besides wanting to fucking dick ride Tate, dude. I mean, he's just trying to explain to you, like, how dumb it is of what you're saying. Like, it doesn't, whether or not he would be simping or whatever you think, it doesn't mean that he's wrong.
Counts. On Discord, he did so by using the link.
You know what? Actually, you do take him seriously. You take him very seriously because that's your opinion. I know that you're saying the exact opposite of that, but you do take him seriously. Like if you're just saying it makes it real or something.
Luck. His name is Luke, and he used the handle Luck.
Well, I do workout.
He's so hard.
Well, congrats on doing workout. That's good for you to do, sure. On this case, I mean, that's what we're reacting to. This is news. We're covering news. Everybody else is covering it too. Even the people that are supporting him are covering it.
I'm sorry, what the fuck? This shit is so cringe. Why in the world? Why is it so big? Put some glasses on, dog.
Why does he have a Chinese flag here? What's going on?
Wait, what? Why has he got the geezer mode settings on? Holy shit.
All right, ableist.
Like every icon is like 5 inches wide.
Sometimes you got bad eyesight.
Me, hard at work at my silly little desk in my silly little Discord.
Oh, I thought this was 2 different monitors, and I just realized it's like just one really long one.
Listen, you don't understand how hard it is. It's in the mean streets of being a Discord mod.
I feel like I would be terrified of that shit just snapping.
Okay? It's hard work. You got to give people their money's worth, all right? Because 90% of the
Don't dick ride Tate. I just like how the Tate brothers think and act. Okay, I feel like you're memeing me now.
The Hustlers University courses are like phone.
You like sex trafficking, exactly.
In garbage or don't have any teacher.
You think that performative masculinity, when you don't really have any actual friends, is like a good thing? That seems really odd to me. Like, I watched a video of Andrew Tate's of them going on a boys trip, and all they did was they went on a boat with the bros, which was very funny. Because they just went around the town, like they didn't, and then they went out to dinner. Like, it kind of didn't seem that, like, big of a, like, I was like, okay. Like, that's all you're doing.
The bounty was just one prong of Tate's campaign in a video.
They ain't. Okay, well, there's a lot of evidence saying that they are. I know that you don't believe in that, so.
Posted on August 24th to Rumble, a platform
like including all of the people that are coming out saying like, yo, he's sex trafficking us. Like, we literally just read messages of people saying that they're being sex trafficked and that they need to run away.
By the oligarch Peter
Forged
Thiel.
Evidence.
And you,
yeah, how do you live your life like that? You just don't believe anything that's anti-Andrew Tate? Like, it's very silly to me. The liars, yeah, okay. That's ultimate cope pose as a cap. 8 actors by the Matrix, yeah, definitely.
Senator J.D. Vance, that shit's crazy. That promotes itself as immune to cancel culture. I actually didn't know J.D. Vance was, holy shit, it's backed by J.D. Vance? I had, okay. The infamous child porn
well, where's their proof that she's a liar?
Rumble. Anyways, wait, what is this? Tate publicly ranted.
The lies just benefit. Okay, literally, how do you not see it? How do you not see it? You're doing the same thing. What the fuck? Oh, I didn't mean to hit the button.
Against KSI himself, Tate begins by showing a number of clips from old KSI videos, among which he makes what he called a rape face. This is a personal message to you, KSI. I have no problem with you, but I don't fucking know you. I don't watch your bullshit YouTube channel. But I want, but when I get banned, you want to go from a fan to just instantly cowering out of the Matrix, cowering out to the Matrix. That makes you a hypocrite. That's nothing more than disgusting than a male hypocrite. At least.
Why did he put the qualifier there of male? Like, what?
Jake Paul was a man enough to say, stand up for free speech. If you ever fought Jake, I know he would smash your fucking face in. And you want to.
I don't get why you, like, Tate himself has said that he does these things. Have you not seen the videos? He says himself that he's done this stuff. Do we need to watch the video? What's his name? Bruce Rivers. This is just the easiest way to find the video I'm looking for. So, oh, here we go. I believe this is one. The deepfake. I'm sure we're all hypocrites. I love this guy.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode
Into
of
Real Men. I mean, if you're like an example of that, you kind of sound like somebody who just doesn't believe in evidence, and that seems kind of dumb. So I feel like he's making you dumber.
Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board certified criminal defense lawyer, and today we're reacting to some criticism I've received online. A lot of the supporters of Andrew Tate think I'm taking things out of context. But before we get to what we're going to talk about today, this episode is brought to you by what? What do you think? eForms.com, perhaps? Absolutely. Former attorney. All right. So here's the thing. I think I've come off in one of my last videos as not liking Andrew Tate, and people got offended by that, saying that I'm not being objective, and that I'm taking some of his things out of context. Let's just talk about what we're talking about here. I talked to you 5 months ago, and I told you that...
And you ain't heard your evidence on the news yet. What? Oh no. The light's coming in and like hitting the camera perfectly. Alright, we're just gonna deal with it.
Andrew Tate is going to be on the police blotter. So I wouldn't be surprised if down the line, guess who we see on the blotter? We see Mr. Tate. I knew he was. And it's not just because I don't like him. It has nothing to do with whether I like him or dislike him. This is a legal analysis show, right? I mean, that's the thrust of it. And one of the things I talk about is self-snitching, right? And
he's a defense lawyer, for if that was not clear.
And so, one of the things that I was trying to comment on is that there's a treasure trove of stuff that he's put out there to show that he is probably guilty of the crimes that they're talking about. And all the stuff that he's put out there can be used against him, not taken out of context. So what is he charged with? He's charged with sex trafficking. And I would venture to bet that maybe even some tax stuff might come down the pike. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Sex trafficking, definitely. There's three, unless you're dealing with underage, when we don't have any evidence that anybody's underage. But we have three things: force, fraud, or coercion.
Andrew Tate's brother, there's no evidence that there was anyone underage sex trafficked, but Tristan Tate was talking about how he was like fucking like a 16-year-old.
Coercion. Force, obviously, that's like being in chains and, not being allowed to leave.
Trying to find something
Fraud,
against him.
Being kept there under false pretenses.
I mean, it just seems like the government's doing research at this at it. Jesus Christ. Romanian officials are going through like their wiretap that they've had on them for a few months. Like it's not like some random people making it up.
If there's an element of fraud in the
like you're going through so many hoops to try and like cope about it. Like why is it that hard to believe that he's guilty? Yeah, they'll get you for that fucking tax shit more than anything. Let's be real here.
Way that you are enticing somebody or keeping somebody in a particular position to work for you, and if it's in the sex business, that's sex trafficking or coercion. Threat.
Yeah, but I think that we would both agree that 16 with, that's what I'm saying, it's not a legal thing, but 16, like I think they were like 40 something. A little bit of a predatory age gap there. Damn it, this light.
Of harm or some other way to limit your movement. And so let's kind of look at one of his very first videos that he did. These are his words, not my words. And I'm going to play it, and I'm not going to take it out of context. We'll play this. Let's just make sure I'm not taking things out of context.
When you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest. But in reality, it's a shitload of people management. The HR category of the webcam business.
And this is edited by him, so if you're going to complain about the jump cuts, it's not him editing it. This is a video, they decided to edit it this way.
This is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you.
So you're making sure that you're teaching girls.
It was a post like somewhat recently.
How to make a shit ton of money and give it all to you. Now this is one of his first instructional videos. A lot of guys, he's got a lot of fans, and a lot of guys think, oh, in order to have some wealth, you have to have a Bugatti.
Well, that's a possibility of to why they haven't like officially gotten charged or something. I don't even know if that's true. But I don't know how it works there in the way that they think officially charged means. The judge has said they will not release them because it's a pending investigation. And for every 30 days that comes under review. And so it's been denied I think twice now. So that leads me to believe that the judge obviously had evidence that is not public yet because the investigation is not finished that is strong enough that they're not letting them go. And if you think that we don't do that in the United States with immigrants with the Patriot Act, you are wrong. We can indefinitely detain any immigrant, and he is an immigrant in their country. So it is actually kind of similar to the way the United States is.
You have to do this, you have to do that. In order to have wealth, you have to have self-pride. You have to know who you are as a person. And where do you get that from? You get that from building, as I've always said. So I do two things. I like to be motivation for younger guys and women for that matter, who are looking at maybe a possible direction in their career. So I like to motivate people in a very positive.
They're American. If that's a conflict that's happening, the Tate brothers are American. They lived in Gary, Indiana, but then they went to Loudoun with their mom at some point when they were growing up. And I don't know if she still lives there or not, but they are American citizens.
Way. But the other thing I do is I do offer a legal analysis of what's going on here. Right off the bat, he tells you that his main goal is to have them work for him and him get all the money.
Webcam studios everywhere. There's one webcam studio down the road called Studio 20 with 100 rooms. 100 rooms, 8-hour shifts, 3 girls a day. That's 300 girls a day working, and they all work on LiveGasm.
Wait, why do they have so many rooms? There's only 3 people working there. What?
So if you're going to go on LiveGasm, you're going to be competing with big-time guys. And what you want to be competing with is people at home in their bedrooms. You don't want to be competing with serious businessmen, because I know for a fact, Studio 20, the owner of Studio 20 and the owner of the website itself, LiveGasm, are friends, and they've got some kind of backhander agreement. So
yeah,
all the
okay,
Studio 20 girls
There's
appear high on the webpage. They appear at the top of the page. Obviously, if you're going to go on there, you don't want to scroll down 10 pages to find a girl. You're going to go to the girls in the first row. All his girls appear high up because he's giving the guy a backhand.
Yeah.
It's all this shady business. It's a huge competition.
So you can see
like
his
Twitch
main
streaming,
thrust
basically.
is just making money. And he doesn't give a shit how he does it, really. He's going to tell you in a second here the origin of the story. And he's repeated these same concepts through multiple interviews, right? And so when you say I'm taking things out of context, we've sourced this and sourced this and sourced this, and he's repeated it multiple times. It is something when you hear who he wants to compete. He doesn't want to compete with the main factories. He wants to compete with the girls that are at home. So it that gives you an indication that he's going. It's like in nature, I suppose. You go after the weakest.
Now, I've told very shortly my story, how I kind of started my whole webcam business. I'll tell it again in detail here. I was fighting. I had some money. I had £70,000 in a safe in my...
One of our viewers it indicated that he's gotten most of his money from fighting. He had 70 grand, 70,000 euros or pounds or whatever he had. And
Yeah, the fighting industry is incredibly exploitative. So it's not... He was a championship... It was like a weird league. Because he didn't really fight that much, I think, when I was looking at his record once. But it's not like the same like payout as even wrestlers get paid shit. Total wins 2, total what? Oh, this is the MMA thing. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Okay, so in kickboxing he had way more wins. Okay. He only did MMA for a little bit, looks like. Looks like he won though. Where's the thing where it shows the there we go. Bro, kickboxing is like scary. But yeah, it's in a really exploitative industry. You see like how often he's fighting too. Like these are like 3 months in between some of these. I feel like that's not enough time to recover from like an injury.
And that was it.
Bedroom in my house. I wanted to buy property in Thailand and move to Thailand.
And the top dudes get paid through, yeah.
And I thought I'd go to the casino.
Yeah, fighters are super underpaid.
That's also telling.
Especially because you can't do it like forever. Like you really can't like fight for your entire life. Like your body just is not built to do that.
I'm going to go to the casino and try to make money when he's not even a gambler. You guys, stay away from the casino. There's a reason that they're so big.
Which was obviously we all know how that story went. So I lost 30, so now I need 40. I needed it quickly. So I was sitting there trying to find a way to make money. So how can I make money? And what I did was, I said to Tristan, I'm literally not leaving my room until I have a way for us to make more money. Because I can only fight so many times per year, and I know their income. So I got a pen and paper, and I was on YouTube, like researching, how people make money, what millionaires have, and I kept talking about assets.
I feel like I don't know what he does other than
what assets do I have? I'm trying to buy a property. I mean, I didn't own a property in the UK.
Now, think about the word asset. What is an asset? Well, I suppose this hat is an asset. It's not worth much, but it's really the brand is worth a lot more than the hat is. But what is an asset? The office, the building, your brand, those are assets. Things that you own are assets.
Times I didn't pay any tax to anyone. I didn't want to pay taxes, so I didn't buy a house to confirm me. So I was like, what?
And keep in mind, keep that tax theme.
You're currently working towards MMA.
Assets do I have? I have a car, I have this, I have that. And then I realized I had about 5 girlfriends,
Yeah,
all
ears-
smoking hot. And females are an asset.
Over my face from grappling and getting thrown are...
Attractive females are absolutely an asset. And if you disagree with me, walk in the
Well,
club
I wish
with
you
10
the best
walls,
of luck. I hope
and you'll see the most important guy in the club is. Fuck
you're
the champagne
taking care of
shows.
yourself.
Who the fuck cares who the most important guy in the club is? The most insecure guy in the club, it's important to that guy. But it should never be important to you to be the most important guy in the club. What should be important
Like
to you
cauliflower
is
ear,
people-
like I've seen it, like I've heard about cauliflower ear before, and like when you see it, it's like, oh my god, like it's like really, I don't know if it like hurts as much, but it just looks so bad, like yikes.
around you having their respect, but having their respect because, not because you're walking in there with 12 wands.
I've walked in the club with 10 girls, and there's guys next to me doing champagne shows. Is anyone looking at their table or my table? I don't give a fuck about their table. Pussy is the most important driving force of this planet. Pussy is the only reason that empires were started and wars were waged. It's the only reason all you guys are out there are even interested in having money.
That's really, really stupid. Yeah, nobody wants anything good. It's just the only reason that he does anything is for pussy. Then, like, if we're using his logic, then it just means that the only reason that he does anything is for pussy. But then he also says later that he doesn't even enjoy sex. So, like, I don't understand like how you can square away having both of those viewpoints.
If there was no pussy about, you wouldn't care about having money. You'd say, oh, I'll have a little bit of money and I'll just play chess all day. I don't care.
Listen, I don't know, Para. I don't. But it works.
The only reason we want cars and clothes and six packs and houses and shit is for girls.
That is so simplistic.
Gay people don't exist, according to Tate.
Girls are the driving force. So when I realized I had all these assets, I had to find a way to monetize the assets.
Now remember, the assets, are something you own. He's got 5 women that he believes are his assets. Now he's going to make money off of them.
I knew some street pimps. I've known them for a long time. Straight street pimping is completely... In fact, no, it's not completely different game. The psychological aspect is the same.
So,
again,
I'm not taking things out of context. He's saying the psychological aspect of what he's going to be doing is the exact same psychological aspect of street pimping, and that is control.
Of what we're going to do. The skill I'm going to teach you is exactly the same. I could easily translate mine to a street business.
All right. If I worked for Andrew, I'd fix his fucking audio.
And you could easily street pimp with the things I'm going to teach you. I didn't want no one else fucking my girl. That's the truth. My girls. I want to fuck my girls. I want some other guy fucking my girls. What the fuck's the point in that? So, long story short, blah, 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 blah. Discovered webcam and went from there. Flew all 5 girls in at once. Sat them all down. So I've been going out with all of you. Here's the truth. Starting a business, you want to make money or not. 2 decided to stay. 3 started crying, got back on the plane. Because they're all different places in the world. I had them when I was fighting. So I went and fought in Slovakia, got a girlfriend. Went and fought in France, got a girlfriend.
And you guys think that women are all liars? This guy's been fucking lying to 5 different women. Like, what? He's admitting it.
So I had all the girls around the world. So I told them all to fly in, sat them all down together. Like, who the fuck are all these other girls? I was like, okay, truth time. Bang.
All these other girls probably think they're exclusive before they come to him, right? And now all of a sudden he lays the truth down on them. What is
Yeah, they wouldn't get mad if he wasn't like obviously lying to them.
That's deception from the very beginning. His words, not mine.
I'm a G. I'm fucking you all.
I'm a G.
I'm gonna start a business. You're all gonna live here with me. 3 got back on the plane. 2 decided to stay. 2 weeks later, 1 left, and so I was left with 1. But starting with 1 is good. But those 2 weeks, I fucked them together a few times.
The G, as he calls himself, started with 5. Now he's down to 1. How much respect would you have for the 1 girl that's still standing there? The 4 girls, thank God that they had the sense. But really, who is the bigger man? Is the bigger man that's the fucking poser who walks into a club with 12 girls? Or is the bigger man who is the honorable guy, who stands by his family, raises a family, has a decent job, goes to work every day, is solid? I'd rather go to a pub than a club any day. When you are that guy, not the G, but when you are a solid guy
Joe Rogan?
where you're...
Is this the video? He's willing to lie to men too, yeah. Yeah, it's amazing to me that, like, it's not like it's just, like, a one-side thing. Like, it does it to everybody. He's lying, like, maybe, he talks about, like, grooming women. It's like, why don't you think that he's able to groom you? Like, I feel like that's what's happening to Aiden Ross.
There for your family, you're not trying to manipulate anybody, and you're a provider for your family, and you are a solid, straight guy. That's the G. That's the person
that's someone
who's the real man.
Your goal is to inspire a girl to make money and give you the money.
Your goal
Yeah, so who's working more? Who's doing all of the work? He's literally talking about not doing any work.
is to rip her off. That's really what he's telling you. Those are his words. I'm not taking anything out of context. We're not chopping this up. This is his little seminar that he was pitching to all these guys out there who think he's got something to offer.
So the way you're going to do that is you have to have some element of influence. And you're going to have that element of influence through her respecting you, looking up to you, and her believing she needs you.
Now that is a critical thing. You know, the old pimps, what they would do is they'd find some young
The
girl
whole
at
thing is
bus
just tricking
stations, old school kind of thing, or go to the mall or whatever, and they shower them with gifts, and then they think they're the best, and and these are chicks that don't have any self-esteem whatsoever, and then they start working for them, and then
Yeah, we saw that with like the mom text messages. Clearly, their family was not like supportive, so it makes sense that that is the type of person that would fall into this, and that's what, and like he was saying earlier, that's what he's looking for. He's looking for vulnerable people.
But it's a slow process. But it's a slow process of mind control and physical control. Control with money, control with emotions, and actual physical control.
And this is extremely important because at the beginning she will need you, but then she won't need you. But you have to keep that fallacy, keep that dream alive.
Fallacy. That's his word. His word.
He knows
Not
they don't
taking
need
this
him.
out of context. So she'll need you at first, but then she won't. But you have to keep her convinced that she does need you. That's how you control. That's the control part. And it is a fallacy. And what is fallacy? Fraud.
She can't do this without you to ensure that she doesn't do it without you. So this is what screen share is all about. Effectively, this is the way the business works. The girl sits on the camera. Now, when the girl is on camera, and you would have seen from my promotional video, that was at the height of my webcam empire. The blonde in that video I'm still with now. You'll see from there how we explain that there's people typing or pretending to be the girl.
I think she said something
24 hours
about
a
the
day.
whole.
So it hasn't got to be 24.
That part, I suppose, is fine in terms of a business model. But it's fraud. I mean, he's the one typing, and so you think you're getting all excited by something she's saying, and
That's
and
also
you're
really
really
funny.
communicating with Andrew Tate.
But that method
Like he's
is very
sexting other
important for two
dudes.
reasons. First, let me explain how it works. Listen up, motherfuckers. So the girl's on the webcam. She's sitting here. When a girl is on camera, she has a public room which people will visit, and they will spend money in and talk shit.
And when you think
no role models are yeah, that is like a big problem in like the man space. Or manosphere, I guess we'd call it. No strong role models who are gay like me. I look into UFC fighters, and I look to, but none of them are gay. And the role models I don't want to look up to. I haven't got qualities I want to have. Yeah. I mean, Vosh is gay. He's not a fighter, but he's pan, so it's like I guess he's bi. You would say. For money, top G energy. Yeah. I mean, generally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. A lot of OnlyFans girls that I know, I've personally seen this. They will like be on like the like voice or like, have somebody do it for them, and like where they're like, okay, this person said this. How should I respond? Should I post this? Like, should I give them this picture? Like, what? Like, they're like literally like a business partner making a decision, which is kind of like funny, and in a way that it's like if the other person on the other side of it knew, like it, I feel like they would be really disappointed. But I guess the whole thing is the fantasy anyways. But I just think it's really, really, really funny because a lot of people who are like, oh, we love Andrew Tate, I feel like we'd get really pissed if they knew that they were talking to him instead of like the girls. This is like the people were like, oh, men are so much better at being women than women. Like thing, you know? Wouldn't be disappointed. Yeah. I mean, now they wouldn't. Yeah.
about it, the people that he's appealing to on these webcams are just a bunch of really lonely guys, and there's a ton of them out there.
It is your job to train the girl to talk to and interact with that public room as much as possible. So when people come in the room and say, oh, hey, how are you? She's like, they type. The men type, hey, how are you? It comes in the box. She goes, oh, hey, I'm fine, thank you. And she has to make sure her public room is engaging and interesting.
Literally just a normal live streamer. Like it's not like he's saying anything very distinct. Yes, people want to be engaged when they go on your live stream. Like,
as much as possible to keep people
better
in
at
the room.
sexting men. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
I mean, like you're a gay man, so like you know, like how much it is significantly easier to like hook up with gay dudes because they're a little bit more right to the point. And I think that's because of a power dynamic. Like I think a lot of women are really scared of getting murdered, so I feel like that's like one of the biggest reasons of like why, or also like social. of like being like, oh, it's a whore because she's like hooking up, but like dudes don't get that whole same social stigma, so it's a lot like you're able to be a lot more forward, which makes sense.
What he's actually doing, it's the nature of how he's getting the girls there and keeping them there.
She can also receive
You don't
private
think
messages.
women are better at
And all those
sexting
private
other
messages
women?
you are going to reply to. And you're going to reply to them via screen share on a computer in a different room. As long as you're on the same Wi-Fi network, you're having more conversations with men than a girl could ever have on her own.
You literally don't need to be on the same Wi-Fi network, dude. Just go and use Parsec.
Because she's too busy on her own. She's overwhelmed. She can't talk to all these people. So some guys you have to negotiate with, some guys you do a deal with, some guys whatever. You can do all that shit. But even more importantly, it makes the girl believe that she can't do it without you.
That's a recurring theme, that she can't do it without you. She is reliant on you. She needs you. And why is that important? Because if she thinks she can do it on her own, guess what? She does it on her own, and you've lost your profit center. That's what he's talking about. That's why the control is such an important aspect of what he does.
At the beginning, she can, but there'll become a point she can't. But you being here, it synergizes this teamwork energy.
I love that this is basically what he's doing to men too.
Do this together. Yeah, you go on the camera. Don't worry, I'll talk to the guy.
Like with the whole university thing.
Guys, I'm going to talk to them. We're a team. Happy, positive teamwork. There's no negative energy in this business. You have to be positive. So by you typing for the girl, you maximize your money, and also she believes she needs you, which is extremely important. Later on down the line, I got to the point where I'd hired typers.
That's fair, Chuda.
So I didn't have to type.
And again,
So
I think it's a social stigma of like being considered like a whore or like used up, that women are for some reason subjected to for like no reason, because there's no like logic to like that you like your vagina doesn't get like fucking stretched out in a way that like doesn't recover. Like, even though we're talking about like giving birth, that's a different story. But like, I think it would be way easier to just like hook up with people if we didn't have that. And the safety issue.
Girls to sit and type and pretend to be the girls. Like girls online.
I don't know. That's a good question. Because I feel like he has serious issues, like where like he has like maybe like I know his dad wasn't really in his life after they moved to England, and maybe he would like he seemed pretty abusive, his dad, because he like cheated on his mom a lot and stuff like that, like when they were together, I think. And my guess is a lot of times when people become really materialistic, like Trisha Paytas is kind of the same way, where like is because when they associate it, like where they would get gifts anytime that they saw like their other parent or whatever. Like it's things and gifts and nice things are associated with like love for a lot of people, and it seems that is probably the case with Andrew Tate as well. Is useless in that? Yeah, definitely.
Tend to type, so I have 4 typers, 20 girls online, for example. Another reason you
share every message.
Because they will pay you in Bitcoin.
Okay, but that's funny that you say that they're afraid that they're going to share every message they have with her friend and just laugh at. Is that dudes do the same thing? I've been in the room with somebody like trying to like hit up somebody. Like, this is what I'm saying. I have the best advice. So you want to know how to fucking talk to women better? Like the same way that you guys are saying like men know how to talk to men better. Women know how to talk to women better, and they're aware of the way you come across. And it was really weird because I was listening to this person give advice, and like I could just see it from the other side, and I'm like, no, you need to be chill. I mean, I did give advice that got somebody a Hinge match because I said just, you know what is the best dating app tactic? Just say something about fucking hating Andrew Tate. Like, I have a picture somebody sent me of them saying that in their Hinge, because Hinge is like you answer questions or something, or prompts. And I don't remember the exact thing it was said, but they said that basically they hate Andrew Tate and everyone that follows him is an idiot. He got a match from that. But the other thing that was about your comment, Blaze, was like they're showing everything that they're saying back and forth to each other, so they are showing all the messages. It's not. What do you mean that's like pretending to be a feminist? No, it's just saying like, because it's not like we're saying like to talk in a way that is completely unnatural or you don't believe. Like, don't say something you don't believe, like, because that's what the whole male feminist issue is, that they aren't actually feminists. They just think that that's gonna get them pussy. Like, you're not saying anything you don't believe. It's just advice of, like, knowing what the other party is thinking, like how they're gonna receive the message, the way you're saying things, and what that means to them, or what they're thinking, like the messages they're sending, and knowing what they're saying based off of those messages. Oh, by the way, I think we're doing an advice stream tomorrow with Zerka. It'll be at the normal time, 7 to 8 p.m., maybe a little bit earlier, but that should be fun. We do share it between us, but we don't have the same friend structure. We have a tight group of maybe 5 dudes, and it never goes outside that. Well, I could say the exact same thing. I have a fucking pretty tight group of friends that's just like 5 people, and it's not like they're constantly sharing it, and if they do, they're kind of an asshole. But like, people do that. There's also dudes that like make fun of this. Like, they posted like online, like messages. Like, people do streams where they go over and like stream their conversations they're having on like Tinder. Like, I think that's incredibly like toxic and like incredible. And it's not like they're telling them. I've seen multiple people do that, and it doesn't really matter which side of the argument you're on, of being a woman or a man or whatever, or a non-binary, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, it's fucked up, in my opinion, to do that, because they don't know. You're sharing, you're live streaming the conversations with them, and it has their picture. Like, I don't know why people don't get more mad at that. And that agrees with every opinion you have, though. That's not what my advice would be when I was like looking at what they were trying to say. I was translating certain like behaviors that the other person was doing, like better, like, because I can't remember the exact case, but she was obviously trying to be like, "Hey, I want to continue talking to you, but I don't want to go out tonight." But they're like, "No, you gotta make sure she goes out tonight." Like, no, if she doesn't want to go out tonight, then she's like not into you. It's like, no, she's probably like literally got stuff going on in her life. Like, and you being really fucking weird and pushy about it's not gonna get you anywhere. Like, just be confident in your own decisions and like your own, like, be okay to have somebody say no to you. Like, that's kind of a Giga Chat thing, It's like, oh, okay. Like, if somebody's like, no, I don't want to go out, but I'll talk, like, you're more likely to have somebody come back and talk to you again if you didn't make a fucking fuss about, like, them not wanting to talk to you the first time. Like, because there's a lot of weird pressure with stuff like that I don't think people, like, notice. And it's not because she's, like, trolling you or wasting your time. She's obviously spending the time to talk to you. And if you're enjoying the conversation, that's, yeah, I think that's a huge major private, yeah. Is way more chill. 3 jokes and meet up. Don't need a 3-page essay to make sure the conversation dries up, yeah. Well, again, the thing with, like, specifically safety is that you want to make sure that you know this person enough that they're not going to be fucking weird. And, like, you're going to be in a situation that you can't leave. Like, somebody was, like, trying to pick me up once, like, because we were going to, this is, like, years ago. Back when I would do, like, Tinder dating, and it was, like, so, like, I think a lot of people don't understand how unsafe that comes off in a little bit of a way, and a little bit controlling. And I'm not saying that that person was doing that. I just think people don't really realize, like, what that puts you in. That means you don't have an easy way to leave. Like, you don't have an easy way to leave the situation if things go sour. And that means that, again, also, if you're just going on a date, that means that they know where you live. Like, think about protecting yourself from somebody that can potentially, like, be like a stalker, I guess, is, like, the best way to say it. Is that a lot of people are taught to be like that. Because it does come down to that. And it's not like all guys do that. It's just, you might as well, like, when people, like, blame victims for things that happen to them, it's like, oh, well, you shouldn't have done that. It's kind of like this. That is what they're doing. They're protecting themselves, like, from becoming a victim by just taking certain normal steps to make sure that you know this person enough to be able to trust that they're not gonna, like, be weird as fuck towards you, and you're gonna have to, like, your safety is not in question. Told me to come to her house, so would only do public places. Yeah, I mean, some people just want to fuck too, or maybe she's a serial killer. It's not like it goes on one direction. Reschedule people over. Yeah. Yeah, I think public places is a really good starting point. in public space, and if something feels off, you gotta go, yeah. And these are those things that people don't think about. Like, some guys don't think about because they've never been in, like, a really uncomfortable situation where you're kind of, like, trapped there. Or if the other person just fucking leaves. Like, I literally got, like, abandoned, like, out of place. I think I was actually, I had my car, so it wasn't necessarily the same thing. But, like, we went out to, like, a bar, went to the bathroom, and, like, the entire group of people that I was with, including the guy that I was seeing, like, just fucking left. I didn't say anything. It was, like, it was really weird. I think it's because the guy had no fucking spine, and his friends wanted to go home. So he's just like, okay, I'll just go. And I'm just gonna not say anything. It was the same guy that would complain about his dick, like, all the time. It was super weird. He'd be like, oh, I'm so, or apologize, not complain. Apologize. He was like apologizing about like how, like, I'm sorry, my dick's so small. And it was like total, like, normal, average. It was just like, he had like some weird body dysmorphia thing. It was really weird. It was a really weird experience. But yeah, just having your own, like being conscious of the other person's, like, safety, and, like, not necessarily, like, I think a lot of people don't see themselves as threats or use that as an example to get mad about, like, oh, why don't all women think that men are like this or whatever. Like, I think it's just really silly, because then you get in your own head about it, and it's like, okay, well, just understand what the other person is probably thinking. They don't know you. Like, why, like, they might have had really bad experiences. It doesn't matter that she's not necessarily thinking that all guys are doing that, but when we also have the same culture that then blames, like, people, victims, for, like, being in a situation, then why would they not think that they have to make sure that they never get in that situation? Pro has trauma? Yeah, probably. A lot of women think men don't, like, worry about them being a lot of women think men don't, like, worry about them being uncomfortable. There's a female in our MMA gym, and I know a lot of us are scared to grapple with her because they don't want to come off as weird or accidentally do something that goes off as pervy. Right. I mean, I get that, and that's where the conversation of consent needs to come in, and being like, okay, like, which honestly everyone should have when we're talking fighting, like to know when to stop. You have, like, your safety word or whatever. I don't know if that's a thing in, like, the grapple sphere, but I feel like that's on her at that point, that make sure that she's not pressured to not say no, or to not say it, not to say whatever her word is, assuming we're in that world. Like, just be like, okay, I don't want to make you uncomfortable in any way, so I'm totally down to, you know, fight you or whatever, but if you're at all uncomfortable, I'll say the same thing. You know, if you're making me uncomfortable, like, put it on the same plane and be like, then just say that. Because I've never fought, like, a woman before. So I don't know. You could just make up anything just to make her not feel like you're being, I don't know, patronizing or something. But, like, just be like, I'm going to do the same thing. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, so I'm gonna make sure, like, so we have this. I just want to set this up because I'm a little uncomfortable, maybe, about fighting you. Like, so I think that's also a good way to phrase it too. Like, I don't know if it's, like, different for you. Just, like, acknowledging that it might, like, be a little bit different, or something like a safe word or whatever. Like, then I think that helps to kind of normalize things and makes people more comfortable. Both your arms get locked and you can't tap. Pineapple juice, yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's the word tap. Yeah, I mean, like, you can say tap, right? What's up, Rowdy? Like, I just, like, with how, like, autistic, I've not been officially diagnosed, but I have a really hard time sometimes understanding certain social cues. Like, I'll literally, like, oh my god, I'll, like, literally walk through, like, a series of tables instead of using, like, the walkways around them that were clearly designed, because I just, like, was, like, looking directly at where I wanted to go. Like, sometimes I just, like, don't pick up on things, so my whole policy is I just want to be as honest as possible. And a lot of guys got pissed at me for doing that, by the way, because they're doing what that other guy was doing, where they're reading into everything I'm saying, and I'm like, I'm just too autistic to, like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I don't, like, if I'm not using like if I didn't want to hang out because I also have an anxiety issue, I would be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I'm like really anxious today, so I don't mind like scheduling a different time, but I don't really want to hang out today. And then they get mad at me. And then it's like, okay, well then I guess I was right to not hang out with you, and maybe you were the one making me feel anxious. Like stuff like that would happen all the time. Cause like we have to play this the dating game. Like, no, we don't have to fucking do that. Just say what you want to people, and if they don't like it, that's their fucking problem. Like, when it comes to, like, you being honest about how you feel in certain ways, I think that there is some sort of, like, decorum that you have to abide by in, like, normal social situations at, like, work or stuff like that. But if you're talking about being in a relationship with somebody, you can't, like, constantly be playing this, like, this 5D chess, like, to try and get to know them. Because it's like, what are you going to do that your entire life? Tap because I'm about to crank their foot and I don't want them to get hurt. Why do you say but? Oh, you just don't want them to say the word tap. I get what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, that's why you gotta do some, like, obscure phrase like lettuce and beans or something. I don't know, like something you wouldn't say in the context.
This is another critical part of what he does,
gotta get through
and
this.
that may impact a criminal prosecution of him later. And if you recall at the beginning of this video, he talked about...
I think we're gonna end the stream after we finish this video, so Cheetah, if you can find somebody that I should host, let me know. Because I'm gonna go hang out with Razor, because we're doing a little Valentine's Day thing today.
not wanting to own property because he didn't want to pay.
Wait, what if somebody really likes pineapple juice, though, and they want it, like, in the ring? Like, give me pineapple... I guess you can't have a drink. That wouldn't make any sense to me.
Taxes. And him not paying taxes is a recurring theme. And so if he's avoiding taxes... You can't avoid taxes with Bitcoin. I mean, you still owe the money. If you're making money...
This is another thing. This is, like... Honestly, this is probably one of the biggest reasons why they're coming in so hard with this. He is specifically saying that he's going to avoid taxes. And you cannot avoid taxes with Bitcoin.
Income taxes. Just because you're paid in Bitcoin doesn't mean that you don't owe the
I think a lot of people don't know this.
So let's continue.
They'll pay you in Bitcoin. Put in your Bitcoin address and they'll pay you in Bitcoin. And this is amazing because you've all seen the thought audit shit that's going on. You've all seen the fucking legalities of banking. Trying to get money out of these sites into your bank without paying a shitload of tax is actually very difficult.
See, it's that whole avoiding taxes. And it's not legal to do that. It's not legal to not pay your taxes.
And that was going to be an hour segment of this fucking thing. But we don't need to do that anymore because in the last 6 months, Chatterbait have released a Bitcoin option. So they'll pay you Bitcoin.
Solid life advice.
So if your girl on there
to
working,
go to get
let's say you
audited.
generate $3,000-$4,000, bang, you get Bitcoin into your wallet. Done. No fucking tax, no thought audit, none of that shit. And I had a separate phone with all my girls' guys in that phone, and I kept control of it. And I would speak to them, and before she went online, I would tell her like any basic information. You don't let your girl have this, because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, which is going to happen to some of you at least, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from.
Another aspect of control. You don't want her to have your client list.
Doesn't want any resources.
If she has your client list, she can leave you. So you've got to restrict her information. So it's systematic, and it's a systematic method of control to control these women. Now, these are not my words. These
that is
his
true.
words and his words alone.
You want her to leave and go,
But I feel like if you're trying to avoid one tax so well, like, I don't think that he's paying his fucking taxes. Like,
account. I don't have the password to the account. I've never set it up before. I don't know how the banking works. I don't have any of my guys' phone numbers. I have nothing. And that's why they don't want to leave, because like, oh, well, he has everything. I need him. I have to save him. He has everything. It's important. I'm telling you, it's very important.
Yeah, if you had like a actual good like business model where they have their own like freedom, then they should have access to these things, like, because it's for their work. Like, you shouldn't be like hiding it. Like, they'd be a better employee in a lot of ways, as long as you're not like abusing them. Don't get paid enough for taxes.
Element, that control.
It's a very important
element. I don't know if that was a joke.
Control. The girls are like, what the fuck do I need this dude for? And they will leave if you don't have every aspect under control. Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. So you don't need to pay tax to anybody.
That's not legal advice, by the way.
You need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy. And girls are stupid. And girls don't understand.
True. Overall, lazy. Stop it.
How taxes work.
He's not even working. He's like trying to justify his job as a middle manager. He's literally saying he doesn't need, like, the other people don't really need you.
So the girl's working with you, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we've made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble.
So fucked, yeah.
She'll sit there and go, okay. Now that allows you to do two things. One, it's another control element.
See how that control is a recurring theme over and over and over again?
I work with
Stresses me out that his laptop's not plugged in.
him. My tax is not a problem. If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. It's a control element.
And he doesn't have respect for these women at all because he thinks they're stupid.
It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I give them 3. And I
That's ridiculous.
keep 7. They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity is because of taxes. So you're on 50%, we have to pay the tax first, and then it's 50-50. If they say, why is it 50-50? Because I'm the one on camera. You say, because I'm the one typing, I'm the one with the proper...
No, why is she the one paying all the tax? I guess would be my question. Well, like, wouldn't we just take the taxes out and then split it 50-50? Like, why is it her portion that's taking the taxes out? I mean, I know he's just tricking them, but like, I'm surprised he didn't have a rebuttal to that.
You're working in, I'm the one paying the bills, the electricity, I'm the one who's, and the electricity and every other maintenance cost of this property, I'm the one who bought the equipment, I'm the one who knows what he's doing, I'm the one with the knowledge, I'm the da-da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up. Go
But
on.
that's why it's 50-50. Because she is doing all the work.
And they should be pretty happy with that if they respect you as a person overall. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50, the difference is in the tax.
Yeah, gaslight them so you don't respect
That's
them.
where the disparity lies, taxes. If they don't believe you or they want to get fresh or whatever, print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here, sign this.
Right. No, I know that's what he's saying. Like, taking the taxes out. That's why it's... Because she obviously doesn't know how much money he's getting. Or I don't know. He said that they pay him, so maybe that doesn't track. Insinuating that the guy explaining how to make money by sexually exploiting women doesn't have respect for women? No, can't be.
What is it? So the tax, you want to pay the tax or not? Okay, and they just sign away. They don't know fucking signing. I'll throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real's happening.
Yeah, and a lot of this is like you don't these like he targets obviously very vulnerable people and like younger people. So he's using like his age as well as like more experience. Is like it is understandable. Like imagine if like your parents are just trying to trick you into something like this, you know?
Rich bitch.
Nothing's happening except for me getting rich, bitch. That's what he just said. So he's taking another 20% of what would have been their earnings. Saying
yeah, it doesn't have to be exploitive. True,
he's not
definitely.
paying taxes. His words. Having them even sign a dummy tax form that is just to try to convince her even more that he's paying some taxes, which is just ridiculous. And so, what is the middle word? Fraud. That's fraud. Force, fraud, or coercion.
Anyway, so tax is another important element to keep control of the girl. You have to fuck the girls. You cannot do a business relationship with a female, and I'll tell you why.
Nobody ever has been able to do. Thanks a lot, Elizabeth Holmes. You can never have a business relationship with any female. Only trans women.
Women have sex with somebody. If they're not fucking you,
What
they're fucking
W?
somebody. Now, a woman is always going to be the most loyal to the guy she's fucking, as opposed to anyone else for any other reason.
That a lot of women are scared of finding out they do camps. That's the way to keep power. That's like, yeah, basically, that's true.
The girl work for you. You say, look, we're going to be business partners, we're going to make money. Here's your cut, here's my cut, we're going to work together, blah, 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 blah. Here's the fucking, I've had dudes, I've known loads of guys who've like tried to do a contract with a girl.
Oh, that's a good idea for an emote too. It's just like one that has something to do with anytime somebody says something sexist, like as like a the whole squad W joke. Oh, I didn't have Discord open. I've been putting notes in the channel. And again, Zerka agreed to do a advice stream tomorrow, but we'll see if that happens. I hope it will. I want to do it. Where is the and fix it streamer? Yeah, train emote. Train Rex or something like that. Or something to post when something sexist happens. There, okay, I'm putting that now. Roguelike emote? Yeah, maybe.
Try to sit there and talk common sense to a girl. When's the last time talking common sense to a girl has ever worked?
Is that like an old meme now, though?
If you're not fucking the girl, she is fucking someone else. And that other person she's fucking is going to have the control over her mind.
Again, control. Control her through money, control her through information, control her through manipulation, control her through sex.
As opposed to you. And if he controls her mind...
Yeah, I think the fact that he's basically doing prostitution, he said his model was based off of prostitution and pimping, doesn't like track with this statement. Because if they're fucking other people, then wouldn't like by his logic, like the last person that they fucked have like brain control power? Like what?
You don't control her mind. Once she starts to pick it up a bit after a few weeks, a few months, whatever, and realizes how to make money on her own, is she going to stay and keep paying you, or is she going to run off and pay her boyfriend, or them two are going to go traveling in Southeast Asia and she's going to work as she goes, or she's going to go to her boyfriend and say, look, fuck it, you type for me.
Yeah. Can't let them have freedom.
What you actually turn these things into is Bitcoin. So effectively what a webcam company is doing is...
If the channel has it. I don't know what those look like, but I'll post it. I'll look into it later. I want to finish this, so. Oh, because I really need to pee, but I'm trying to just power through. Fucking the person she's also emotionally connected during something. Yeah, probably. Is
mining Bitcoin. But in fact, instead of mining Bitcoin the traditional way, with huge electricity expenses and massively expensive equipment and space and cooling and all that bullshit, you mine Bitcoin.
Yeah, I have 7
You mine Bitcoin with pussy and titties. That's what he just said. Did I take that out of context? I don't think I did.
I love him saying those words.
It's
so funny.
Is not to bash Andrew Tate, although I'm not a fan, and I don't care to even pretend that I'm a fan. But it's an interesting case. It's an interesting case because it has international intrigue, but you also have, from his own words, the control aspect. How important it is to control. Oh no, something's
stuck on my screen now.
I think the government, with this video, with just this one video alone, has an excellent foundation for the sex trafficking.
I'm stuck now.
But more than that, they also have probably a tax beef that they could levy against him.
You broke my thing. It just wait. There's no actual. Okay. It just keeps doing this now. God damn it.
Once they start diving into his books. In analyzing this, I really don't want you to think I'm taking anything out of context, because I'm not. But let's see, in his own words, how he's recruited, lured, or retained these girls.
Then you start saying things like, oh yeah, but you're always working. I have to do some traveling and you can't come. I want to bring you with me. Traveling's a great one because the thing is about this business is mobile. If you can find a good Airbnb with good internet, you can run it somewhere else. So it's a good little caveat to throw in. Oh, and you're always working. Why don't you work?
I feel like that's what every single Airbnb owner thinks, which is why they have like insane cleanup fees. They just think that you're just like doing like the craziest porn at every time that you rent an Airbnb. I feel like that's what they assume. If you're renting an Airbnb, they have like $100 cleaning fee. It's like, what the fuck? I'm just staying here for like 2 nights.
What if you doing what? So you'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So, okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen. Come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. You, your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner. Your bottom
ruins a mansion full of OF girls and bangs them many times a day. Where is his money? Wait, does he run one? You say ruin. Oh, runs. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Bangs them many times a day. Well, I mean, if he's like lying to them and exploiting their labor without a fair contract, then and he's luring them with the hopes of like dating them, then yes, that is kind of grounds to be a little bit of a sex trafficker if that's true. I mean, if he just lives with OF girls, then it's not really the same thing. Like that's just like kind of being a roommate. But if he's getting like a kickback or something, but don't take contracts with his cam girls. Well, he's lying to them, and I don't think he does. I'm not sure. He's never said that they have him sign. They said they have him sign stuff, but it's just bullshit, and he just throws them away. So, I mean, those aren't like actual contracts that are legally binding, even if like based off of what he's saying. Health regulations and hoops you gotta go through to get an Airbnb and clean it is crazy. That's why it's expensive. Government intervention. I didn't know that. But still.
Bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained.
It's
so important.
And it's more than obvious. 90% of the girls there are in some warehouse with little design room. I mean, yeah, so I'm saying this business model is not inherently like by its metric. I mean, unless we're gonna, as a socialist, we could say there is no ethical consumption under capitalism or whatever. But you can have a fair capitalist contract with somebody managing their stuff. Like, there is value to being a manager. You're just probably not going to make as much money because they're taking more of a cut because you're not lying to them. Like, because it is important to have like somebody to help you with these type of things. Like, that's why there's like the people who are not talking to like a guy managing their personal message. There's also like services that you can have that like have AI or other people like in like India or something responding to all of your messages on whatever criteria you want. And they're still paying them to do it. But like you're not completely lying to like you can be a manager, like help them out, help them meet other creators to collab with. Like you have value as a manager, and it doesn't have to be exploitative the way that Andrew Tate does it. And obviously he doesn't let them leave. That's kind of the biggest thing, is that you don't fucking let them leave. Like these the text messages we were going over earlier clearly displayed that those people were really afraid to have any attention put on it because they wanted to leave quietly and just be like, they were scared. They thought they were gonna get fucking killed.
For Jeffrey Epstein, almost identical to what he's talking about here. When you put all this into context,
yeah, they aren't scammers.
You have the way he structured his business. One of the ways that he's lured.
There are like a lot of exploitative contracts out there, more than there should, obviously, but you can do it ethically, in as much as you can in a capitalist world.
Girls by having another girl there, identical to what Epstein was doing. Now, and this is the danger when you have so much stuff that's out there that's reckless, right?
I don't know. You see
Let's
some
see what he
crazy
has to
shit
say about
the
the Romanian court system and their jails.
Romanian courts are just like, oh no, not court in Romania. They're corruption-free, as we all know.
As we all know, I guess also with an accent.
I'm gonna walk in there with a pile of money like this. Did he walk in there with a pile of money?
Boom, some hose. This cell's mine. I'm ready. Put me in jail. I don't give a fuck. Take her court.
Put me in jail.
He's now in.
He asked for it. He's asking for it.
Jail in Romania. He is now going to be subject to the courts in Romania. He just, on this video, I'm sure the prosecutors have this, because I have it. If I have it, they have it. Flouting, taunting, showing complete and utter disregard for the Romanian court system, which he's now going to be facing. Now, if you recall, the statement from his own lawyer said, Mr. Tate has nothing but the utmost respect for the court system. Well, that's not what it says here. So
I love it.
What I'm trying to get at here is the case for them to be made, and granted, women may come here by their own will, or come to Romania and work for him.
Yeah, he is a lawyer. He's a criminal defense lawyer. It's a really good channel. It's really funny to see him, like, the things that he covers. But he's a criminal defense lawyer, so that means that he's typically on the side of the accused or, like, the defendant. And when you're a criminal lawyer, you have to go as far as possible to, like, defend them. So, like, it doesn't matter their personal values. What your job is supposed to do as having your duty as a criminal defense lawyer is you need to be I think the exact wording is zealous advocate for your client. So you need to be basically what everyone, like, basically what all of those Andrew Tate stands are doing. That is your job as a lawyer. When you're a criminal defense lawyer, you don't have to agree with it, but, like, that is your job, is to just be a zealous advocate for your defendant, for your client. So he knows, like, looking at it the other way, of being like, okay, so how fucked is he based off of me trying to defend him? And that's what he talks about a lot of, like, Andrew Tate stuff and, like, other things, like he goes over, like, JCS videos and stuff, and like, he gets really frustrated with the JCS videos because, like, oh, just call a lawyer. I could have fixed this for you, you know?
But there are statements from women saying they wanted to
CLR
leave, they were controlled. He controlled their passports. He controlled every part of their movement. If they can come and go as they please, he doesn't have a continuous...
Emily D. Baker is also a good creator if you're interested on the prosecution side, because she was a district attorney for 16 years. So she likes to live watch things, and she knows both sides, obviously, but she has a lot of more expertise in, like, the prosecution side. He's been held in jail. He can't groom his botched hair transplant become obviously, I know.
Continuous source of revenue. He doesn't have money coming in, and that's his only goal. He doesn't give a shit about anything else. So you tell me where I've taken things out of context. I haven't taken one thing out of context. This is what he's charged with. These are his own words. And every ounce of this will be used in a court of law. It absolutely will. And so...
He's right.
When you're looking at...
When they do investigations, they will find everything. And this is public. If we know it, they know it.
Rape charges, sex trafficking charges, and I would venture to guess some tax counts.
He shaved it? I mean, have you seen his hair? Andrew Tate arrest. Oops. I don't know, man. Seems like it's getting a little back there.
He was looking at some very, very serious charges.
Well, you can shave in prison, so I don't. That doesn't really even track.
And if there's anything that ties him to the U.S. on this,
his son looks
he could be
old.
facing
Well, he is
prosecution
old.
in the United States as well. This is just an honest assessment of this case. And
Well, then how does he not have a giant beard? I guess he does, kind of.
do I like Andrew Tate? No, but who cares if I like him or
That is
don't like him?
something insightful
I,
today.
you know,
Did
and
you?
I think it would be wrong for me to take things out of
Share with the rest
context
of the class.
and do a character assassination piece on him, but which isn't what we're doing. But I do think anybody that relies on him for a role model is misguided. He's not an honorable guy. He doesn't show respect to women. He doesn't show respect to anybody that doesn't have a Bugatti. What color is your Bugatti? What color is your Bugatti? Oh, my Bugatti! Bullshit. You don't need a Bugatti to
Same as mine now, because I don't have one either.
be respected.
He
You
doesn't
know,
have one.
And I would never own a Bugatti. And I'm not saying
I agree with that. I think Tristan's more attractive.
anything against them. They're kind of cool cars. But how much? What does it cost for a
The same as Andrew Tate's
brake job? I mean, it's like 25 grand or something. Outrageous amount of money. Who,
He's also said that the only reason he like wants like nice cars is because like he wants other men to like be jealous of him, which is very funny.
no, the average guy can't do that anyway.
Is that kind of like a gay thing? I don't know. Impress other dudes? I guess it doesn't have to be a gay thing.
I'm more average than I am. What do you call
Tristan's
it?
kids,
than am,
yeah,
like,
I know.
Tate.
I mean, obviously, you would feel bad for any kids like involved with like fucking terrible parents.
Absolutely. But I like what I do. I like being a criminal defense
A
lawyer. I love being
Bugatti
father.
is more expensive.
I love being a role model for everybody around me.
A Bugatti only really makes like two types of cars, and they're all like, I think a Bugatti is like like it depends on which one, but they're like in the millions. And a McLaren can be at the top of its line, but there are affordable McLarens you can buy for, you know, a few hundred grand. You know, a few, but you know what I mean.
love supporting all of my employees and being there for people. I love hearing stories from you guys saying, hey, you inspired me to go to law school. You know, I mean, I love that. And so when you look for a role model, look in another direction. This guy's going down, and I don't mean that, but the case is, he's making the case for them with his own words. So we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and sign up for
Not
Patreon, and
touching
we'll
it.
see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer.
Well, I think it's just kind of a complete waste of money, to be honest. Like a Bugatti is not like a car that like you actually use. I just think supercars in general are kind of stupid. Like there's like ones that are functional that are like expensive, like Hassan's car because it's electric and it's like a 4-door, so it's like it's not completely useless when it comes to like a day-to-day life. But like a lot of like really, really souped up cars can't go like over speed bumps. And like if anything happens to them, like they're not like reliable either. Mazurka, oh my god. So who should I host, Cheetah? We're doing a shorter stream today. Thank you everyone for being here. I love having Andrew Tate in the title because we always get people that come in and get really mad. Kinder. Okay, she's doing a sub-a-thon, I believe. So we go ahead and give her some love. They're fun though. Yeah, I mean I've never really driven one, so I imagine they are, but I think just like owning a car is just like for one like not a great investment unless you're like a collector. We were talking about that I think like yesterday. And that it could like easily like you could easily just completely lose everything if you just smash right into a tree and you're paying so much money for it. All right, so give Cindy some love, and she's doing a subathon, so give her some support. Thank you everyone for being here. We'll be here tomorrow, hopefully with Zerka. We're doing an advice stream. He said he was going to do it with me tomorrow, and it'll be probably at the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. But the average time is around 7 to 8 p.m. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. I'm gonna smash into a tree if the tree is in front of something. All right, we're gonna go ahead and send the raid there. Oh, and I think I'm gonna change my profile picture on to my Twitter one, so don't freak out if that looks different. All right. Have a good one, guys.